Welcome to the Inspirational Ambivert channel. My name is Brad, of course, as always. This is this is the live vlog, and what we're talking about today, we're talking about, is it actually important to be humble? Is being humble overrated? Is there any point being humble, if you know what I mean? And I ask myself these questions sometimes, and it makes me think, if you know what I mean. And just in relation to what I've been talking, hi Yorick, how's it going? I'm going to be back at home now, of course, staying on topic for a while if I can. I asked a community, I did a community post recently, asking, do you think it is important to be humble? I've got a poll underneath as well if you want to complete it. So some people said yes, always should be humble all the time. Some people said usually you should be humble. Some people said depends on the situation. There's no right or wrong answer with this, by the way. And some people said no, confidence matters more. But I personally think that humility is an underrated, undervalued trait in today's age, in today's world. Why? Why do I think this? Let me think. What was I going to say then? I find if you're more humble, you're more open to learning. So you're more, let me try and get the words out. You're more open to learning. Hi Vinta Valan and hi Shelley, how's it going? I'm talking about being humble today for a while, and then I'll go to community after that. I'm going to try and stay on topic for a while if I can, as best as I can, of course. So humble people are more open to learning. And what's the number one reason? It's because they're aware that they don't know everything, and their ego isn't too strong. So if your ego's really strong, right? Imagine I'm really egotistical, I'm an arrogant prick, I know fucking everything. Basically, that's what would be in my head. Therefore, I would never be wrong. I'd never be wrong. I know everything. I'm not humble. This is an example. Therefore, I am not open to learning anything because I already know everything. Therefore, I will never grow. Therefore, I'll stay stuck where I am. And a lot of people are like this in society. Does anyone ever met anyone that? They know it all. They know it all. And these people can be very, they can be very frustrating. It can be very frustrating, in my opinion. But anyway, I'll move on. I've got my notes here as well. They handle criticism better because ego isn't controlling everything. So if you're not too egotistical, and someone pulls you to one side and says, I'm going to give you some feedback. And sometimes that feedback is going to be painful. The truth hurts sometimes, doesn't it? For instance. But if your ego's not controlling everything, you're going to take the criticism better. If your ego's not too strong, it's going to go, oh, actually, I can look at the other person's point of view. I'm open-minded enough to actually give this person the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to actually listen to what they're saying. They're criticising me because I've done this wrong, or I've done that right, or that wrong, whatever it is. My ego's not too big, so I'm going to take on board some of the criticism. Basically, therefore, if you're humble, in my opinion, you would be teachable. You'd be teachable. Hi to Abe, sorry. Hi to Vinta Valan and everybody else, guys. Hi, how are you all? Hope you're all okay. Yorick saying, being humble depends on the situation. As some requires to be confident. Like it's good to have a big ego if you're a boxer. It's good to believe in yourself. It's good to back yourself. That's confidence, isn't it? And usually confidence is backed up with experience. So if you've done something over and over and over, that will give you true confidence. Yeah, it's not being too humble all the time with everything, but that not be insecurity then, maybe. I think it's better to have a combination of the two. Be humble but confident at the same time. Not meaning that you're going to be an arrogant prick, if you get what I'm trying to say. Muhammad Ali had a big ego. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He did. It made him the best in the world as he believed it. You've got a good point there. You've got a good point, Yorick, and it's good to give. There's no right or wrong answer with this, by the way. That's why I've I've gone on this topic. It's to be varied opinions on this. Therefore, it's good to be open-minded to listen to other people's perspectives. But I get what you're saying, Yorick. Absolutely, makes a lot of sense what you just said. Abe's saying, but ego can be. I'm sticking on topic here the best I can. Abe's is saying, but ego can be self-destructive sometimes. Your own ego can eat itself. It's like, I know everything. I'm perfect. I don't need to learn anything else. I don't need to listen to anyone else. I know everything. I'm the all-knowing, all-powerful one. I'm not going to listen to anybody. Fuck everyone else because my ego knows best. And that's it. And that could be self-destructive potentially. Because you could be missing... It's that 360-degree view, isn't it? Full circle. You've got blind... Everyone's got blind spots. We've all got blind spots. I will be... Look at me. Little me, Brad. I've definitely got blind spots at some point. Definitely. Am I perfect? No, I'm not. Do I know everything? No, I don't. But I think that makes you more teachable, which is my point. But I understand if you're the boxing champion of the world, it's good to have that big ego. Yes. It's good to have that big ego to be able to do that. But I think a bit of humility also would enhance that person if they utilised it correctly. Muhammad Ali will be an example, a good example of that. So, another trait from a person who has humility would be they tend to build deeper trust over time. So they tend to build deeper trust over time. People could probably trust them more, or they'd be more trustworthy to some people, because they're not pretending to be something that they're not. And also people can go, do you know what? They're actually, I suppose, they're open to learning new things. They're open to, they're not bragging, they're not showing off, they're not pretending. They're being humble, they're being genuine. That would give them more likelihood to be trusted, which could be more beneficial in life going forwards anyway, in my opinion. I don't know what everyone else thinks to that. Shelley is then saying, let me read Shelley. For somebody not to be humble, they are mostly wearing a mask. Yep. But their ego, I'm going to start again. Shelley's saying, for somebody not to be humble, they are mostly wearing a mask with their ego. To be humble is about your character that chose to be humble. Absolutely. Well said. Love that. Love that. The world is full of actors would come to mind there. Persona would come to mind there as well, Shelley, in relation to what you've just said. And the mask will show cracks, though, eventually. And it will hit the hard rocks of reality, in my opinion. Anyway, Yorick saying, the boat regatta was not exactly what I expected tonight. The whole pond be surrounded with hundreds of boats, like 4 or 5 in the water, some bigger boats for sure only, but it was still good. All right, you know about London with the boats. Sorry, I don't know much about that, but check Yorick's channel out if you want to look at those. Have you done content on that? In relation to that, should I say. So, I'll keep speaking. So you're going to tend to be building deeper trust over time. Someone with humility will admit their mistakes, or more likely to admit their mistakes. They own their mistakes. They own it. It helps to build deeper trust over time. Humility keeps the people grounded during success. It's like you're doing really, really well in life, for example. You're hitting home runs. You're smashing it. You're winning everything. And if you let it get away with yourself, your ego can make you feel and think that you are better than you are or bigger than you are. And then when eventually, 1 minute you're a hero, next minute you're a zero. That's what happens in life, in my opinion. Ups and downs. But if you're more stable with it, you do really well. You give yourself a pat on the back. Of course you do. You go, fucking hell, I've done well. Nice one. I'm winning. But you don't let it go to your head too much. You remain stable, because there's going to be times when you're not winning. You're not doing so well. Things fuck up. Things don't go your way. But you've got that baseline behaviour of being humble. So that not too high highs and not too low lows. A bit more stability there. Bit more of a grounded response there. Vinter Valan is then saying, I think there is way too little humbleness in the world. I'd agree. I'd agree. Being humble in knowledge, in opinion, in questioning oneself, and humbleness when it comes to opinions of others is so important. Really, really well said, Vinter Valan. I'm going to go through that a bit more. I think there is way too little humbleness in the world. In the world that we live in as well, Vinter Valan, a lot of the time, let's just go with content creation. A lot of inappropriate, toxic, crazy behavior is rewarded with likes and views and sponsorships and subscribers because it's outlandish, it's crazy, it's fucked up. Sorry to swear, but that's what it is sometimes. And that is rewarded by society in a lot of ways, by being extreme, isn't it? And it's not real extreme, it's false extremes, isn't it? That person doesn't usually do X, Y, Z. They don't act like an idiot. They don't wear toilet seats over their head or whatever it is they're doing to get views. They don't usually do that, but they're doing it because it gets them views. And back to, in relation to, I think what I think it was Yorick or Shelley saying, I can't remember, sorry, the mask that people wear to perform, to act. The world is full of actors. Going back to Shakespeare, not Shakespeare's quotes, shall I say. Being humble in knowledge, in my opinion, in questioning oneself, questioning yourself. Did I react the best way there? Did I say the best thing then? Could I be a little bit better? And therefore, I'm looking within. I think it's important too, Vinter Valan. Thank you for sharing. Thanks, Yorick, for the views in Croatia. I had a go, mate. I did my best with the time and energy that I had, but thank you. So Shelley's then saying, oh, Brad, in my view, if someone is not humble, you can lose your value in yourself. It comes from the heart. It can be a powerful trait if you know what I mean. Yes, I do. If someone is not humble, you can lose your value in yourself. What do you mean by that? That's an interesting one. Can you elaborate a bit more, Shelley? Sorry, I'm misinterpreting that. If you're not humble yourself, you can lose your value in yourself. But I suppose you can lose your value in your false self, potentially. Your false self can take over. I'm imagining there. You can lose yourself because you're not yourself. If you're not your true, genuine self, you pretend to be something that you're fucking not. You can lose yourself in that false persona. And then perform, basically. Imagine I've got a false persona, right? I'm being fake as fuck. It gets me loads of views. I'm getting loads of pats on the back. I'm getting loads of subscribers. I'm getting loads of views. And I'm even getting loads of money as well. I'm going to go, oh, this is working. This is not really me, but it's working. Keep double down on it. Do more and more and more of it. But therefore, you end up losing yourself in that process. That's the price. Short-term gain, long-term pain, potentially, because it's hard to, if you're not being yourself, it's hard to, what's it called? It's hard to maintain that because it's not real. It's hard to maintain. It's going to be draining. Having a false persona and living behind that mask, I think it can weigh you down. Anyway, thanks for sharing. Great. Hi, Sir Victoria Louise. Hi, Victoria Louise. Hi, I'm Seren. Hi, Seren. Sorry. Hi, Seren. My name's Brad. Nice to meet you. Thanks to anyone that's liked and subscribed. Thanks to anyone that's supporting the channel. I appreciate all the support, by the way. Thank you. Abe's 100% agrees with Shelley. Shelley saying, Brad, I work with a lot of humble people and they will tell you the uncomfortable truth because in their minds they want you to grow. Yeah, telling someone that you love and respect and you see them that they're messing up, for example, this is what I'm gauging from what you've just said, and you want them to do well, you really want them to fucking do well, and you think, God, I'm just going to let you know, I'm going to be honest with you, you're doing this thing and it's just really holding you back, in my opinion. I don't mean to hurt your feelings, but there you go, I'm giving you a gift potentially. Not saying that everything that everybody says you should listen to, that's another matter. You should decipher that yourself, of course. But sometimes someone could be giving you a fucking gift, a great present, and it's an uncomfortable truth. Truth hurts. But that truth, that uncomfortable truth, can really set you on a good path, potentially. Potentially, if you are strong enough, wise enough, open-minded enough, and humble enough to accept that information. Not everyone will be ready for those types of things. However, it's a great point. Yorick saying, Vintervalan, what if it means humble in knowledge is to know what you don't know, is to know that you don't know everything. Yeah, to be aware enough and humble enough and not egotistical enough to know that, do you know what? I fucking don't know everything. And it's okay. And to actually have the confidence to say that to yourself. I'm confident enough to say that I don't know everything. I'm confident enough to say that I know nothing about that. I know a little bit about that. I might know more about the other thing. That's having the confidence as well, self-love, to be able to do that too. An opinion doesn't mean not judge in your opinion. Sorry, I'll carry on. Thanks, Yorick, for sharing. Tanner's saying, among all people I've known so far who are pleased with themselves, share the same feature. It is being humble. Hi, Tanner. Hope you're okay. I'm back in the UK, of course. I'm sticking on topic. Thanks for sharing. Among all people I have known so far who are pleased with themselves, share the same feature. It is being humble. Yes, I suppose it's being open-minded, not taking yourself too seriously. Therefore, yeah, open-minded, isn't it? Open-minded. I'm trying to get the words out now, Tanner, but thanks for sharing. That's the best I've got there for right now. Anyway, Yorick saying, humble describes having a modest or low view of one's own importance. It means not being proud, arrogant, or boastful, and instead recognizing your limits and treating others with respect. I love that, Yorick. Very well said in a paragraph there. I'm going to go through it again. Humble describes being a modest or low view of one's own importance. I think it's good. It's good getting balance, in my opinion. It's good to have some value of your own importance, a healthy amount, but not an arrogant amount, if you know what I mean. It's not being proud before the fall, isn't it? Pride before the fall, thinking that you're better than everyone. Thinking that you're winning, looking at other people going, look at them, they're not doing so well. That makes me feel better. Pride before the fall a lot of the time. Letting things get to your head. Not good. Arrogance. What's arrogance? It's insecurity in disguise. Arrogance is insecurity in fucking disguise. And some people, they're very, very boastful about, they know this, they know that, they've done this, they've done that. They know everything. They're not listening to no one. They act like, they pull it off really well. They seem very confident. But a lot of the time, it's not. Sometimes it's too good to be true. It's arrogance. It's like they're better than everybody. They know better than everyone. They don't listen to anyone. They're arrogant as fuck. They're boastful with that. They usually go together, boastful and arrogance. And a lot of the time, in my opinion, it's insecurity in disguise. I don't know what everyone else thinks. But anyway. And yeah, but in recognizing your own limits, your own limitations, and treating others with respect. Absolutely. Thanks for sharing, Yorick. Shelley saying, please like and subscribe and hit that like button to this positive channel. Thank you so much, Shelley. Thank you for the support. Thank you for anyone that's turned back up. Thanks to anyone that's watching. Vintervalan is then saying, yes, Yorick, not to judge, but also realizing I don't have enough knowledge and experience to have an opinion about everything. Learning to say I don't know enough to have an opinion is powerful. Yes, it is. Fucking right, it is. Absolutely, Vintervalan. I'm not educated enough to comment. It would be one. I do this in my job. There's like surgeons, and they're so smart. They're so smart, honest to God, and they're on another level, and they're very specialised with their knowledge, and they're on another level. And I just think to myself, I don't even know what to say. I think I just know I'm confident and smart enough to know that I don't know, and that's okay. That doesn't make you less. And it's also knowing, having that wisdom to know, just because I don't know what you know, or you know what I know, you'll know things that I don't know. And vice versa. With each individual, doesn't matter what level. And it's having the wisdom to know, do you know what? It's okay not to know. Doesn't make me a less of a person. I've got my own internal validation anyway. I'm okay with knowing that I don't know. It's not a big deal. Whoopie-doo. No one's going to think better of me or worse of me. And that's it. It is powerful, Vince Fallon, absolutely. Anyway, let me carry on. Shelley's saying, and Brad, be humble for each other's successes, regardless of anybody's status, Brad. I think it's a gratitude inside of ourselves, and Brad, it can also be a positive. It's good to be happy for other people's successes. Absolutely. Does not threaten. Some people get threatened by others being good or others being successful. Have you ever, anyone here, unconsciously, has anyone ever seen anyone here as a threat? Have you ever been seen as a threat? Anyone ever experienced that? I have. I fucking have. And I've not even meant to be a threat. I've just been myself. I just turn up, do my best, and go home. Whoopie-doo. And some people that will see other people's success as a threat, or their perceived success as a threat. And if you see someone else's success as a threat to you, then that's something that you need to work on, in my opinion. You should be happy for other people's success. Yes, I agree. It's great. It's gratitude inside of ourselves, Shelley's saying. Gratitude inside of ourselves. Grateful for who I am and what I've done. Yes, thanks, Shelley. Luca, I'm sorry to hear that you're not happy. I hope you're okay. Hi, Luca. Sorry to hear that you're not happy. Sandy's also saying, and also I've noticed that those who are the most abused people regarding their forbearance are also humble people. People that have been through the shit, Tanner. People that have been dragged through the trenches, that have been on the receiving end of... they've seen the other side of things, can make you more humble. People that have fucked up and suffered the consequences for the fuck-ups and owned their fuck-ups, owned their mistakes. It can make you more humble. Life can humble you too. Like, nothing's promised to anyone. Tomorrow's not promised to everyone. Things can be taken away like that. Like they're fucking gone. Like 1 minute you're walking, talking, moving. You go into the gym and then you get an injury. Or you're in a car accident, God forbid. Touch wood, that never happens to anyone. Or you get an illness. Or whatever. Life can be very, very unpredictable and also very cruel at times. And it's not fair. I wish it was, but it's not. And can it humble you? Absolutely. Absolutely. And sometimes those horrendous moments or challenging moments can be the hardest lessons. Anyway. Yeah, thanks, Tanner. Great comment. Thank you. Very thought-provoking. Thank you. Anyway, Shelley, thanks to everyone else that's commenting as well. Shelley's saying, also, Brad, you can come from humble beginnings. I did. I came from nothing. Not nothing, but I came from not a lot. And do very well in life. And still remain very humble and to be modest. Yes. I didn't come from a lot. I did not come from a lot. I didn't have it all bad. I really didn't. But I've had to work. Hard for what I do have. And therefore it makes me appreciate what I have. You can still do well in life. And on that note, what's doing well in life? It's different for everyone. I don't have to be Cristiano Ronaldo to Imagine if I just looked at Cristiano Ronaldo, who's a great footballer, multi-millionaire, and if I'm not as good as if I'm not as good as Ronaldo, then my life's a failure. That would not be a good one, would it? That would not be a good one to compare to. Success is different for everyone. Success is just being, do you know what? Success is actually being accepting yourself as you are, being humble, being a decent person, not taking your negativity out on others, helping people, doing something useful, being useful in society. Doesn't matter what it is. You could be cleaning the fucking streets. You could be cleaning the streets. And you could think, that's not success. But in a way, it could be, you know, without people cleaning, the world would be a mess. I'm just giving a really basic example. Anyway, success is different to everyone. But I'm going to talk about that in my tomorrow's live, but not right now. But it's just another point. I'm sticking on topic here, guys, by the way, about being humble for a while, okay? That's what I'm sticking to. So if I do ignore any comments, it's because I'm sticking on topic for a while. Anyway, it's saying, Brad, can you give us an example of famous people who are humble? Ah, good point. Good question. Who appear to be humble? Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey, I would say. Jim Carrey. Yeah. I think he's in a lot of his interviews, he's like past all the famousness, isn't he? He said it's not everything. Keanu Reeves is a great example too. Keanu Reeves might be even a better example, actually, Yorick. I remember Jim Carrey saying, this is not the answer. This is not the answer. Like let's say the Golden Globe Awards, or whatever it is, Hollywood Awards, whatever they're bloody called. I don't follow it too much. But he said, this is not the key to happiness. This is not everything. It really isn't. It really, really isn't. It's kind of a humble response. Shelley says, I came from a whole start, Brad. I agree with you completely. Yeah, I don't grow up with a lot. I really, really didn't. Trust me now, I didn't. This is not woe is me story. It's just the way it was. But it made me appreciate things, the little things. It made me appreciate the value of hard work. Yeah. Anyway, you're saying Keanu Reeves is humble. He's not. He's really rich, but still buys clothes from charity shops and doesn't buy really expensive cars. And also, Yorick, on that note, he seems to be very approachable. It's not gone to his head. He'll speak to anybody. I'd agree. Keanu Reeves is a very, very good example of a famous person that's humble. Really good example. Thanks for sharing that. Shelley's saying, not a lot of them are humble. They forget where some of them come from. Yeah. They forget where some of them come from. They get too stuck up in their own lives, in that Hollywood life or that super famous life or whatever it is. I don't envy them though. I really, really don't. I really, really don't. Anyway, Vince Van saying, yes, Jim Carrey. There are some great clips with him, like he woke up and everyone else is sleeping. Yes, I liked what he's saying. Very aware, wasn't he? He was difficult to interview, I can imagine, because we're expecting the standard responses from a superstar at the awards, and Jim Carrey was very, very showing a lot of awareness in his responses. Let's say that he was going off script. That's for sure. That's what it appeared to be, anyway. Abe's is saying that's a great example, Yorick. Yes, that's probably the best one I could think of, actually. Well, Yorick thought of it, not me, but there we go. Money and fame doesn't make you humble. No. I think, though, personally, if you're an arrogant person and you get a lot of power and they go, oh, the money and the fame made them like that. Maybe it could be, but I think it's in there anyway. Just waiting to come out. It's like that person gets the promotion to become the manager or the leader, team leader, whatever you want to call them, and then they turn into Hitler. And think, oh, it's the role that's made them like that. I think, no, that was already there, mate. That was already there, laying dormant, waiting to come out. The mini Hitler in them, for example. I don't think it ends well if money and fame go to your head. Money doesn't make you better than someone else. It's just a form of energy, isn't it, in a way? Anyway, thanks for sharing, guys. We'll keep on topic the best I can for a while, and then I'll read all the comments later on, of course. Let me see what other thing. I've got bullet points in front of me. So, humility keeps the people grounded during success. So if you're humble, it's not going to go to your head too much. I think I've mentioned that already. It often creates calmness instead of constant comparison. So constant comparison is the thief of joy. It really, really is. It can be. And you're just calm. You're still within yourself. You're humble with yourself. You accept the way you are. You don't look at other people doing well as a threat. You look at it as an inspiration. Or you're just happy for them. You're content and calm in yourself. That's one of the maybe side effects or whatever you want to call it, of being humble in a good way, a good side effect. Luca, this is Luca, on another note, this channel is for adults and I do swear. If you do not like swearing, I do use swear words sometimes, and that's how I communicate, that's how I speak genuinely. If you don't like it, don't, come on, go somewhere else, honestly, with respect. So there we go. Anyway, I'm sticking on topic here, Luca, as well. We're adults speaking here. Anyway, Shelley's saying, humble has to come from you to hold on to what's good, to be very grounded. Has to come from, yeah, it can only come from yourself. It can't come from anybody else. That's where accountability comes in with regards to being humble. Hold on to what's good, to be very grounded, yes. And if you're very grounded, I just imagine your legs are like tree trunks, kind of, and the roots are really deeply rooted. So you can stand firm, stand strong if you're very grounded. The winds of disapproval, that come from others sometimes won't blow you away because you're deeply grounded, you're humble, you're stable, you're looking internally, you're thinking, I like myself. I'm not a prick, I'm not arrogant, but I love myself in a genuine way. All this disapproval is not going to fucking blow me over. And also, the winds of approval can blow you over, can't they? Things can get to your head. You can think you've got a God complex. You think you're better than everybody just because you're doing well at this or doing well at that. You don't let that get to your head either. Anyway. And the Serm says, hello, bro. Hi, how are you? The topic here today is, do you think it's important to be humble? That's what we're talking about, big up above. Nice to meet you, by the way. My name's Brad. DC, I burn. I've missed the conversation, but I'm humble. What's humble to you? What's humble mean to you? I'm keeping on topic. So, however, we've brushed upon this already. Social media often rewards ego. Fucking right it does. Online people are rewarded for being loud. They're rewarded for being loud. Online people are rewarded for being fucking extreme, for being crazy, for clickbait. You know, it's like you're clicking through your phone. You just want a bit of stupidity or craziness, and that will get your attention. And therefore, that outlandish, extreme behaviour. One moment, I'll just get my thingy smoothie. Thank you, appreciate you. Thanks, lovely, thanks. Sorry guys, just got my smoothie delivered, which is amazing. That crazy, outlandish behaviour will be rewarded online. And yeah, people that act like they know everything, that speak really confidently, etc., etc. Anyway, let me keep reading. Big up and above saying, yes, being humble is important, especially in this day and age. Why do you think so, big up above? Thank you for sharing. DCI Burn is saying, for me, it means I never put myself above others and I always listen to others' opinions and advice. Correct, mate. Therefore, meaning I'm open-minded enough, I'm humble enough, and I'm confident enough to, do you know what, listen to that person's opinion. Because sometimes I'll have an opinion I'll have a certain amount of knowledge to back up my opinion, and I'll believe in my opinion. But someone else might know something else that I haven't thought about, another factor, another point of view. And being open-minded, I can actually go, let me listen to what they've got to say. I could learn from this person. They're giving me another perspective. Even if their perspective kind of like dismantles my argument a little bit, might make my argument not so good anymore. And if I was egotistical, I would put walls up. I go, no. You're attacking me. How dare you attack me with your facts and opinions? And I would block it if I wasn't open-minded, if I was not humble, for example. But being humble, it's okay if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, it's okay. It's not the end of the fucking world. And I've learned something new, and that could actually help me in my life. Therefore, I will grow. More likely to grow if you're humble than if you're arrogant, you're not going to grow. You're going to stay stuck. Anyway, thanks for sharing, by the way. Shelley's saying, if people don't like you being humble, that's okay. Yeah, it's okay. If they don't like you being humble, then that's their opinion and that's their choice. Most people don't like themselves. Abso-fucking-lutely. A lot of people don't. Do I not like myself sometimes? Yes, I do not like myself sometimes, if I'm honest. But I try to love myself as much as I can. Being honest there. Yeah. Anyway. But a lot of people don't like themselves anyway, deeply. There's levels to this. Was Princess Diana a good example of a humble person? I would say yes. Good example, Abes. She appeared to be... I think she was the real deal, you know. I think she was taken out as well. Conspiracy theory alert here. That Princess Diana, I think she was taken out. But that's another topic. And I think she was a real deal. She went against the royal grain. She really fucking did. And she pissed them off. She was a threat. And she was taken away. But that's another conversation and a bit of conspiracy there. But was she humble? I'd say so. Was she genuinely kind? She appeared to be, yeah. Helping an old dear's carry her shopping. Yeah, that could be very humble. Yeah, that would be. It's like I'm not too proud and too arrogant to not help someone else. I can actually see that person struggling. I can actually empathise with that person struggling. I can actually see that I need to help that person. I'm not too egotistical and arrogant to think I'm better than them, so therefore I'm going to help them. The old dear carrying the shopping, for example, big up above, that would be a great example. Thank you. Luke is saying not being alone, humble. I don't know about that, to be honest. Shall I say 100%? So I was saying, Brad, I believe it's important to be humble, but I will initially get triggered sometimes too. What do you mean you'll get triggered sometimes, Sander? Humble equals respectful. 1000%. And what you give out comes back. What you give out comes back. Not all the time. Not all the time. Let's be real. But what you give out does come back, in my opinion. Anyway. Sandy saying like and subscribe, everyone. Thank you. Hi to Dawn Woodland. I'm keeping on topic as much as I can. You're saying, Lucas, that's a great example. You were humble enough to know you were wrong and apologise. That's a really good, that's a really strong example from Luca. Knowing you've done wrong and going, do you know what? I didn't mean to be wrong, but I could have been out of order there. I'm really, really sorry. And holding your hand up and going, sorry. That's not such a bad thing. That shows, guess what you get with that? You get respect, mate. That gets you respect. Owning your mistakes, learning from them, growing from them is being humble. And that shows respect to others, and you receive that respect back, in my opinion, with the right people, of course. Yorick, that's a great example, and from Lucas there. Thank you. Hi, SDRX Cookies. Happy birthday to SDRX Cookies. Please wish SDRX Cookies happy birthday, everybody. It's your birthday today, isn't it? So happy birthday. Hope you're okay. Abe is saying, always know that you are not above anyone or below someone. This helps me to be humble. Exactly. What was actually, Yorick, going back to what Muhammad Ali once said, I think it's a really good quote. He said, you can always tell what type of person is how they treat the waiter or a famous person. They say how people treat those people that can't give them everything. So imagine how I treat someone who can't give me anything. How I treat them says everything about me. So if I'm horrible to someone because they can't do anything for me, but I'm nice to people that can give me money. So I'm nice to the rich people, but I'm horrible to the poor people, let's just say, for a really easy example. That would say a lot about me, wouldn't it? The mark of a good person is they treat everyone with the same amount of respect, no matter what their social status is. Abe's, that was a great example, thanks. Dawn was saying, I think so. Diana was lovely with you on that. Charles cheated on her and she was told to accept it. And when she reacted, she was they called her crazy. Yes, they really attacked her. They really attacked her. Literally attacked her. Literally. All the way, sadly. She was very, very brave as well. Humble, but really brave. She didn't have to do all those things. She could have took the easy road, but she didn't. Inspirational in a way. Anyway, Sandy's saying, I get triggered, Brad, when I'm passionate about something and someone else talks about it. Right. My ego gets hurt. I recognise it though, luckily. There you go. That's self-awareness, Sander. Self-awareness. Honesty with yourself. That's basically a really very specific example of being humble. Thanks for sharing. So you're really passionate about something, you love it to fuck, you're really in, and then someone else comes in with it. Someone else says a comment, and you get triggered, you get upset, your ego gets hurt. And that could lead you to attacking that individual because how dare they know more about that than me? That really upsets me. But at least you stop yourself. You go, hang on a minute, I'm triggered by this. My ego's hurt here. That's awareness. That's amazing, by the way. That's amazing. Great example. Tanya's saying, the urge to prove yourself against other people's leads to behave like a man who is not humble. At this point, we should ask ourselves this question. Why do I have to show off to anyone? Perfectly said. Perfectly said. The urge to prove yourself against other people. I have to be better than them. I have to show them how good I am. I have to show them how clever I am. I have to show them how strong I am. All that shit. That egotistical bullshit that a person who's not humble will display. Basically, it's arrogance and insecurity, isn't it? Arrogance is insecurity in disguise. Again, like I said before. Why do you have to show off to everyone? Why have to prove? I don't have to prove anything to anyone. That's a good, yeah. Why? That's coming from a place of lack, from a place of fear, from a place of insecurity, isn't it, Tanu, in relation to your example? Thanks for sharing. Not being selfish, thinking of other people, Luke is saying yes. Thinking of other people, Luke, yeah, thinking, I hope they're okay. I'm not going to be selfish. Is everyone else all right? Is everyone else doing okay? Yes, Luca, thank you. That's a great example there. Thank you so much. Cat's Eye Forever, hello. I'm reading a lot of the responses that are on topic, by the way, for now, just to let everybody know. We're talking about the importance of being humble. Everyone's got their own opinions. There's no right or wrong answer, by the way. It's your opinion, of course. Shelley's saying, if you want to build something worthwhile, you have to remain very humble. It will give you clarity. It will keep you grounded. Yes, if you want to build something worthwhile, if you want it to stand the test of time, it needs to be coming from a place of truth. If it's not, it will hit the hard rocks of reality and just crumble potentially. Anyway, thank you for sharing. Big up above. I'm a clinical psychologist. I work with a lot of people who are in some very dark places, and I have to be humble and put myself into their shoes and remember I am privileged in my life. Wow, clinical psychologist. Interesting, by the way. Amazing. Some people are in a really dark place. I can imagine coming to therapy or whatever it is they're doing. And you're not in that situation. And what could happen, I'm not saying from your perspective, but from, let's just say, layman's terms here, the best I can. You can go, oh, all you need to do is just snap out of it. All you need to do is do this and do that. But they're in a really dark place. But you can, what's it called? An arrogant person. Sorry, I'm trying to get the words out correctly here. An arrogant person would go, or a person who's not really emphasizing correctly with an individual's in a really dark place. This person's at rock bottom. They're really fucking struggling. They're in a dark place. And it's easy to think, oh, why are they moaning about that? It's not that bad. Get over it. Not that you can do those things. I'm not saying, just giving a bad example here. But in your profession, big up above, it's great to be humble and actually think, do you know what? That can help you emphasize with the individual. It can actually help you put yourself in their shoes, like you've just said. Yeah. And remember that you're privileged in my life, and privileged to be in the position that you're in. Privileged to not have to. Some people go through hell, absolute hell growing up. They go through some horrible, horrendous things, and it leads them down a dark path, of course. And we are those that have not experienced those things, we are, I suppose, privileged in comparison to others. Sorry, I'm trying to explain the best I can there, big up above. How long have you been a psychologist for, by the way, if you don't mind me asking? Thanks for sharing as well, by the way. Thanks to anyone that's liked. Thanks to anyone that's subscribed. Thank you for all the support, by the way. Appreciate you all. Hello, Mark. How are you? Cat's Eye Forever. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for all the support, guys. I really appreciate it. Dawn Woodland is saying, I react emotionally, and when trying to be humble, it's hard. Especially narcissistic. It's hard to be humble around narcissistic people. Some people will take being humble as a weakness. They will. They just will. Does that sound fair? No. No. A narcissist might see that as an open invitation. Especially if you're a very caring, compassionate, genuine person that cares about others, that wants to help others, and is humble. They'll try and use that to their own advantage. Yes, they will. That's another topic, but that's a great example, Dawn. Yeah means you're smart. What do you mean, yeah means you're smart by that? Kiney. Hi, Kiney, anyway. Shirley saying, good man, you're dead right. You and myself are very humble. It's the rich people who control the lower. Then being kind to them serves the poor. I don't know what you mean by that. Don't know what you mean by that. Sorry, I'm going off track here a little bit. I'll keep it on topic the best I can, guys. For now. You can be humble at the same time, but don't let anyone disrespect you. Absolutely. It's fucking balance, isn't it? It's fucking, I swear sometimes, but it's balance. It's good to be humble, of course, but don't take any shit. Don't let people walk all over you with their dirty feet. Don't let anyone walk on, what's that saying? Don't let anyone walk on your mind with their dirty feet. I don't know, it might be Gandhi or someone who said that, but I like it. Don't let anyone walk all over you anyway. You stay humble, you stay kind, but you've got to put boundaries in place. Otherwise, you're going to get walked all over, man. And that sounds harsh, and that's not always easy, but that's another topic. But I agree. You've got to have that confidence. It's kind of that genuine confidence, that real confidence, which a lot of the time is experience, confidence. I think they're aligned a lot of the time. Don't know what everyone else thinks, but anyway. Hi, Rumpelstiltskin. How's it going? Welcome back, by the way. Jim, welcome back. Anyway, Jim's saying, some guy wanted to fight me randomly. So I asked him, why fight when we could eat food and talk with me? And he changed his mind. That's great, Jim. That's a very humble response as well. It's like, I'm not going to let me go. Someone's trying to argue with you. They want to kick off. And you've just diffused it. You've been humble. You've been humble. Why don't we talk about it and have something to eat? Let me listen to what you've got to say. Why are you pissed off? What have I done wrong? Tell me. Tell me what I've done wrong. I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to try and understand. And then be humble and go, I'm really sorry I've upset you. I didn't mean to. I was only doing this, that, the other, whatever it is. And if you've got a reasonable person, Jim, on the other end of that, this person's mad, but they're reasonable, then you've got a chance of resolving that in a really good way. That's a great outcome, by the way. I wish more people would do that, Jim. The world would be a better place. Thanks for sharing, and welcome back as well, by the way. Vince Vallant is then saying, the worst is when you meet someone who's quick to correct others and insist on others to be humble. But when they themselves are wrong, uncorrected, they don't even think of considering it. Yeah, that's fuck. Yep, so they'll never see that they've done wrong, but they expect everyone else to be humble and you better behave the way I want you to behave. You better do this, you better do that. And then, but they don't check themselves. That would be a massive red flag for Vallant, wouldn't it? Absolutely. Kiney say, you're acting as if I have to choose. Kiney, you don't have to choose. All you have to do, mate, is just be yourself. It's okay. You don't have to choose anything. You don't have to do, it's not just these 4. I've just given a poll. It's just, there's no right or wrong answer. You don't even have to answer if you don't want to. There's no pressure. And that's it. My name's Brad, by the way. Nice to meet you. And that's it. It's an open discussion, in a way. And there's lots of different opinions and perspectives. I'm reading through things the best I can. I'm not perfect myself, of course. I don't, because rich people are people too. Rich people are rich, poor. They're just people. Some have got more money than others. Depends on how you judge people, I suppose. So if I can't be kind to them, why the hell does a poor person deserve my kindness? I don't know what that's... I don't judge people by how much money they have, what skin colour they are, what religion they prefer or don't prefer. I judge people by their actions and behaviours. Actions and behaviours. Usually. That's how you gauge someone. The rest is irrelevant, in my opinion. Anyway. Timmy says hi anyway. Timmy says hello. He was getting eaten. Yes. It's another topic, Rumpelstiltskin skin. Being real is... Anyway, DCI Burn, that's all I'm saying, is... Sorry, with your name. I know it's longer, but that's all I'm going to read. Being real is what keeps me humble. It doesn't matter how much money I make or how much I accomplish. What's critical is staying real to myself and keeping my feet on the ground, fucking very wisely and well said, in my opinion. Being real keeps you humble. Yeah. No one gives a fuck, really, how much money you make. No one gives a fuck if you've got the newest Audi. They don't really. I work with some people, they're higher up than me, and they might be really good at what they do, whatever. Some of them, it goes to their heads. They think they're the fucking God's gift to whatever they're fucking doing. But when they leave the building, guess what? No one gives a fuck. Whoopie-doo. You can do that, can you? And what? And we're all replaceable within the workplace, within life. Therefore, staying humble and being real, it's gonna. I realise that. Guess what? No matter how good I am, I'm a scrub nurse. I work as a scrub nurse, right? I work in the theatres. No matter how good I am at that, they can replace me like that. And it'll continue. It's been there. That hospital's been there a long, long, long time, and it'll be here a long time after I've gone. So, I'm humble about that. It's very humbling to know that. That's bigger than I am. You know what I mean? Critical to staying real is must be yourself, keeping your feet on the ground, being grounded, having strong legs in a way, being rooted, being yourself as well. Being yourself. And if you're just being yourself, guess what? It's easy to maintain that. Because you're not putting any up false pretenses, are you? Anyway, let me just have a sip of this smoothie, guys. One moment. Thank you for anyone that's liked and subscribed. The problem is the wrong people might be rich, Sometimes, yes. Some people acquire the riches on the back of the suffering of others, Kiney. I would say sometimes. Money itself is not evil. It's a form of energy, in my opinion. However, is there a lot of corruptedness and evilness that occurs, and a lot of other people suffer from these people's decisions? Yes, because they're in powerful positions. There's truth in that. You're making it sound like they didn't deserve the riches. No. Some will, some won't. That's another topic itself. I'd have to look at the individual. I'd have to look at the full life story and all the truths behind that. That will be another topic. I'm not here to say those things. I'm not here to answer to those things either. Anyway, goodbye, Kiney. Thanks for sharing. You can be humble at the same time. Then don't let anyone disrespect you. Yes, Abes, I've read that already. So a lot of people get confused with confidence and arrogance. Yes, they do. A truly confident person doesn't need to show off. They don't need to show off. They don't need to tell you what they've done. They just are. They're just calm. A truly confident person is not threatened by other people doing well. They'll actually help you. A truly confident person. An arrogant person would see you as a threat, maybe. An arrogant person is more likely to be boastful, telling you how good they are. An arrogant person is more likely to put other people down to make themselves feel better. That will be arrogance. A confident person is okay with being wrong. A confident person is okay with asking for help. Would be examples. In my opinion. Sander, look at poor Timmy. He said he's down in the chest. He's going to sleep. Sorry. My eyes are too pretty. Thank you. I'll take that. People who exhibit narcissistic tendencies generally have some extreme adverse childhood experiences. Yeah, true. Big up above. Extreme childhood. And then their ego protects themselves in a way. They push everything under. It's Pandora's box. So all you big, you'll know this if you're a psychologist, psychiatrist. Sorry, should I say sorry? And they'll have extreme trauma when they're children, and then they'll create a false persona to avoid all those emotions, to avoid all that guilt, to avoid all that pain, and then therefore become narcissist. I've said it in a very, very basic way. Yes, big up above, which is sad, isn't it? It's sad. Do they ever heal from that is another question. It's a difficult one. So be humble, but keep a hidden hammer, just in case you need to drive in your point. You've nailed it there, Rumpelstiltskin. You've nailed it. Forgive the pun there. Shall I say big up above? Wow, thank you for sharing. Yes, thank you. Thanks to anyone that's watching. Thanks for anyone that's liked. Thanks to anyone that's subscribed. If you enjoy conversations like this and you want to be part of the community, I do have a Discord available to those that want it for members. So that's an option for anybody if you want to go down that road, which is Discord. Anyway, Bailey and Gaming, yo bro, I got a conspiracy theory and it makes me go crazy. I'm not going to talk about rabbit holes, Illuminati right now. I'm on topic at the moment, but thanks for sharing. Mr. Perspective. Hi, Mr. Perspective. You lived in Blackburn for a bit, but now I live in Chorley. Yorick saying you can also help show your support for the channel by becoming a member by clicking the join button on the channel page. Thanks, mate. Thank you. Humble people never compare themselves with anyone else. No, they don't. They don't feel the urge to. They know that they're aware enough to know that it's, we're all different. We're all different. We all have different strengths, different abilities. We're all in different places in life. We all have different versions of success. We all have different starts in life. It's not fair. I wish it was, but it's not. But it's very humbling in a way. And we're humble enough to know that tomorrow's not promised to anyone. Anyway, being humble's not unique. I'd say no. It shouldn't be anyway. No, it's not unique. No, it's definitely not unique. The balance between being humble and being competent is interesting. And so it's a balance between being humble and not belittling oneself. Yeah, I'm Vince Alan. I struggle with this sometimes. I can belittle and put myself down a hell of a lot. I have ups and downs with this. And I still struggle with this from time to time, if I'm honest. And it's getting that right balance. I'm aware and humble enough to know that that's not always going to be perfect. Yeah, but you've got a great point. My ex actually said to me, "You'll never be above me." I tried to be humble, but oh boy, did it hurt. Don't know what he meant by that, Dawn. Doesn't sound very nice, though. I'm sorry to hear that. Some people are just powerful in charge in the workplace. Yes, they are. Some people, they don't have much power in their lives. They get a little tiny bit in the workplace. All of a sudden, they're a fucking team leader or they're the manager and they get that bit of power. They get that bit of power and they completely go wild with it. They go absolutely wild with it because they've never had any in their lives. They have no control in their lives, but now they've got a little bit of it. Here is born the mini Hitler, for example, Sander. Humble people aims to live a meaningful life. 1000% Tanner. 1000%, by the way. Living a meaningful life. Yes, a useful life. I try to, fucking hell, mate. I try to, sometimes I'll do these lives, okay, and I'll just read the comments and that's it. And it's like a chilled community live. That's what I do sometimes. And I love doing that. But sometimes I think I need to have meaning to what I'm bloody saying. I need to have sense to what we're, not I'm talking about, what we are talking about. I think it's so important, especially in this day and age of the internet and how much nonsense is out there. I feel I have a responsibility and a duty to at least send out some meaning and some positivity. That's what my plan is. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to do. Anyway, thanks for that. That's a really good point. Refraining from immature goals. And a lot of the time, trying to say immature goals, living for the now too much, I suppose. Immature goals could be just like, oh, I'm going to go out the weekend and get absolutely obliterated. I'm going to get absolutely smashed. I'm going to take lots of drugs. It's going to be fun. Living a short-sighted life in a way will be an immature goal, potentially. Also depends on the situation at hand. Wolpus Sculpting saying, I mean, in a city of wolves, humble is good as sheep. Yeah, well, yeah, if you don't have any teeth, you're going to get eaten. Wolpus Sculpting sounds harsh, but that can be the case. Yes. Saying, what do you mean by immature goals? Good question towards Tanner there. I don't know what your examples would be. The same vein, a confident person is able to acknowledge it when they don't know something. Yeah, they're okay with it. They can handle not knowing. They can handle not knowing. Being affluent, being promoted to a position where he or she can boss over anyone, etc. Immature goals. Tanner, thanks for elaborating there. Forget to get your point across there. Yeah, wielding power in an insecure, tyrannical manner would be an example of immature goals. Yes. Meaning that the wrong person is leading. They're not really leading, they're just dictating. Shelley's saying there's a great group in this channel tonight. Yes, there is. That's what the channel's about. Most of the time. There's great wisdom with great comments. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Shelley. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone else, for all your wisdoms. It's not just this is obviously it's just me speaking verbally, but it's you guys are speaking on here too. This is what I want it to be: a collaborative, open discussion, collective consciousness kind of thing that I'm going down with in regards to the content that we're part of right now. Anyway, I'll carry on. Subscribe and like, please, people. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for everyone that's subscribed. Thank you for the support. Yes, I agree. Shelley Abe is a very respectful, very intelligent young man too. I think he's aiming towards the medical profession. Correct me if I'm wrong, Abes. You're working towards getting into the medical profession with regards to your degrees and things like that. You're doing really, really well. You're very, very, very intelligent and a lot wiser than me when I was. You're 19, I think. Abes is 19. Correct me if I'm wrong, Abes. But you're a lot wiser than I was at 19. That's for sure. Anyway, Tanya, you can call me Abe. Okay, no worries. Mumble seems insane. Ain't it also a societal double standard when humbleness of the rich and powerful is valued more than the P&E of the weak and poor? Just thinking out loud. I don't know what you mean by that. Can you elaborate a bit more, Rumpelstiltskin? Sorry. My cognitive abilities are failing me there. Maybe I sound silly. I'll keep talking anyway, the best I can. The most respected people that I know in relation to what Tana has just said before are the ones that are the most grounded, that are the ones that are most humble. The people that I personally look up to and respect. I've met some surgeons, for example. I'll use them as an example because I work in the theatres, and some of them are just really humble, really approachable. They're really good at what they do. They're very competent, but they don't think they're above everybody. They speak to everyone. They give everyone the time of day. Those are the type of people I go, wow, fucking respect all the way. They're just a pleasure to work with. Yeah, in a nutshell. However, humility can sometimes be misunderstood. And I suppose if it's misunderstood, it can be underestimated too. People can confuse it with weakness. Oh, you're humble, so you're not really believing what you're doing. You're admitting when you're wrong. Why would you admit when you were wrong? Some people would say, that's weak. You should never admit when you're wrong. Why would you do that? They could see humbleness as a weakness. How could you let that other person how could you accept that other person's opinion even though it went against your own? You've conceded the argument, you've lost the argument, some people would say, if you're humble, which is wrong, of course, in my opinion. And they would therefore see it as weakness. Some people could also misinterpret humbleness as having low confidence. They could see it in that way. One moment. I'll read the comments in a moment. They could also perceive that you're passive, that you're too weak, you're a washover. And that's what happens to me sometimes in my life. I like to think I am, at least. I'm easygoing, I'm chilled, I'm not trying to brag, blah, blah, blah. And I'm trying to be the best person I can be. And then people sometimes think, oh, he's a nice, kind person. I'm going to take the piss out of him. I'm going to put him down. I'll get attacked by people I don't know. And it happened to me all my life. And then I deal with it eventually. I deal with it. And then they don't come back. They never come back. Not now anyway. They used to, but not now. They don't come back. But I have to keep thinking, bloody hell, here I go again. I have to teach somebody else how to treat. I have to teach this new person, I have to teach them how to treat me. And it can get very, very frustrating. If you're a humble person, and people see it as a weakness, therefore they try and take the piss out of you. They try and overstep your boundaries, disrespect you. You have to keep teaching these different types of people because some people just see it as a weakness. I don't know if that's happened to anybody else, but it's happened to me loads of times. And it'll happen again at some point. But the beauty in that is you get better at dealing with it. That's just my thoughts there. Anyway, I'll go back to the comments. Humbleness of, say, Richard Branson is valued above that of a poor guy's humbleness. in the world that we live in, Rumpelstiltskin, in the power of media, the poor person's never going to get a voice or never going to get a soapbox moment, ever, Rumpelstiltskin. But Richard Branson's going to get one, isn't he? Because he's famous, he's rich, he has connections, he has whatever. He has the money and the voice, and he has the TV or whatever. He has the airtime that the poor person will never get. So, from a societal perspective, then probably yes. But the poor guy's humbleness might be respected by those that know him, but not those that know him. Anyway, my thoughts on that. So the DCM-11, what's the DCM-11? Looks at personality difficulties as a spectrum. We all step into unhelpful ways of managing life. Unfortunately, for some people, this is persistent. Interesting. Big up above. What's DCM-11? Don't know what that is. We all step into unhelpful ways of managing life. At some point, we do. I think we do. Just being human. Therefore, of course, not being perfect. Thanks for sharing. I don't know about a DCM-11. What's that? Thanks for sharing. Shelley saying, Rumpelstiltskin, you're right. He thinks he's Richard Branson. Am I the king of Neverland? No, I'm not. But I've seen the Michael Jackson movie is really good. Hi, Rob. Depression Talk. Showing up the strength there. How are you? Depression Talk saying hi to chat. How's it going? Abe's is saying, if you observe people who are humble or better at their jobs than people who are arrogant, exactly. The teachers in my school were an example of that, Abe's. I've seen that so many bloody times. Oh my God. Oh my God, I've seen that so many times. The person that doubts themselves, that judges themselves, and puts themselves down a little bit, they're actually trying to get better though. They're open to getting better because they realise they're really careful with things and cautious, but they do it so well, but they don't have the confidence. And those that think they're amazing, I'll give an example. A comedian gave this example once. I forgot which name. Jim Jeffries. He said, I'd rather have a Chinese person, this is just an example. I'd rather have a Chinese person fix my car than the American, because the American, what are they? Let's say this is stereotyping badly, but let's just use an American as the arrogant one, okay? Easy to say that, I know, but not all Americans are like this. But they're fixing your car, they're putting your wheel on, and they go, boom, boom, done, perfect. And they walk off. They did it in a second, because they're that good. They've done it second. The Chinese person will be like, oh, let's slowly put this on, let's slowly do this. They're really cautious. Oh, have I done that right? Let me double check it. The Chinese person, in this example, would be better at it. The arrogant one would just be doing it in a second and thinking it's perfect. You get it everywhere, that Abes, in different ways. Shelley saying hi to Rob, to Depression Talk. Vince Vallant said, in Scandinavia, Vince Vallant is saying, sorry, in Scandinavia, humbleness is status. Interesting. So the rich still drive Volvos, like the IKEA founder, Ingvar Kamprad. One of the richest persons in the world drove his old car and lived in his old house. Wow, that's really interesting. Humbleness is status. That's a very good culture to have, isn't it? I didn't know that. Thanks for sharing. I respect that. Anyway, I'm just keeping on topic the best I can. The DCM-11 is a diagnostic manual for most of the world. Interesting. I didn't know that. I know nothing about that. I'm humble enough to know I know nothing about that. DCM-11, I'd have to look at it. DCI Burn is saying, I'm so humble that every Saturday when me and my wife are in town, we select one homeless man and give him food and drinks, and £50 brings some happiness to his day. Oh, that's amazing, man. Respect to you. I bet you that makes that person's day a lot better, DCI Burn. What's that saying as well? Another saying, in a way. If you're ever really down and you're really struggling, and you feel like shit. Someone said this to me once. They said, just go and help someone, do something for someone else, and it'll make you feel better. It'll make you feel better. That might not be the most humble thing to say there, but from me, but that's really kind of you, DCI Burn. That's amazing. Respect to you, by the way. Fist bump to you, by the way, with regards to helping the homeless man. Me being a bit cynical here, guys. Sorry, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to say it. Some homeless people are genuine, and some people aren't. So you got to be mindful of that. Have you come across that, DCI Burn, before? Sorry, I'm just saying it out loud. Have you ever come across someone who's being disingenuous with being homeless? It's knowing who's real and who's not. If you know what I mean. Anyway, that's what my thoughts were then. Exactly my point. Branson climbs a tower in the buff. The world applauds an eccentric rich guy. Yep. Poor guy does it. It's a public indecency and probably vandalism. Robert Skilton, you're absolutely correct. Yep. Same task done by two different people. One's super rich and he's applauded, and one's got no money, so he's a worthless piece of shit. It's not fair, is it? It's not fair, mate. Good point, though. Big up above. He's saying, Dear Man is a good tool for managing boundaries with people who like to push them, especially if you're a people pleaser. Dear Man, let me write that down, mate. 1 second. Let me get my pencil. I've got a pencil, that'll do. Dear Man. I've got my one moment. Thanks. Dear Man, boundaries. I'll write that down. Thank you for sharing that, by the way. I'm not reading religious things. Sorry, guys. Respect to all religions, but I'm not reading them. People fall back on humbleness if everything else fails. Just my personal observation. Why do you think that? Interesting. Why do you think that? Elaborate if you can. Thanks for sharing, by the way. We can't change his life, but we can change his day. Yeah, that's beautiful, man. Yeah, Ben, that is beautiful. You can change his day. Yeah. And you don't know what that person's been through either. That person that's homeless. You've no idea what that person's been through. And they're just clinging on. They're just surviving. And then you come along and you give them some food and a drink, and they've not spoke to anyone all day because they're ignored. Being homeless. I've never been homeless, so I'm not an expert on being homeless, but I can imagine that you're ignored a lot of the time, completely disregarded, looked down upon, or whatever. And then all of a sudden someone gives you £50, and all of a sudden someone gives you food and a bit of food and a drink, and you're getting that love from that person, from DCI Burn, and I bet you that makes the day. Absolutely. That's beautiful, man. DCI Burn saying, yes, we have and learnt from it. We kind of know now who are the true ones, buddy. Good, I'm glad, because you're doing a really positive thing, and if someone's genuinely in that position, then absolutely power to you to do that. But yes, there's some people that are disingenuous, which I think takes away. I think is really wrong, because it's you could be helping someone who genuinely needs it instead of someone who's just taking liberties, let's say. Shelley's agreeing with one pool skill skin there. Anyway. Vince Valentine saying, once a homeless man asked me for money to get a coffee, so I bought him coffee, and he actually became irritated by that. Yeah, because he wanted the money. Therefore, you'd assume he wanted it for drugs. You'd assume. Assume is a word there. Anyway, I'm going to go back to reading a bit of my notes here. Of course, I'm going to stay on topic for a while, for a little bit longer, and then I'm just going to chill for a bit. Of course, difference between being humble versus insecure. Being humble doesn't mean thinking less of yourself. No, it doesn't. It means that you don't need to constantly prove yourself, which we've covered. You don't need to constantly prove yourself. It's exhausting. It's tiring. I remember when I was a scrub nurse and I was new and I wanted to make an impression, and I was inexperienced. So therefore I was not confident because I didn't have the experience. But I wanted to prove myself, and it can be very tiring. Very, very tiring, having to prove yourself all the time. Oh, I'm the best, whatever. And then after a while, I thought, what am I doing? I'm performing here. I'm performing. What am I doing? I thought, do you know what? I'm all right as I am. I'm good. I'm good. And it was like a massive relief. Takes the pressure away. Oh, it feels so good. Anyway, you can still be confident and humble at the same time. Of course you can. Absolutely. Anyway, I'll keep going. For instance, someone who is truly confident doesn't need to put others down. A person who's truly confident doesn't need to do that. They don't need to like make people look like they're less or feel like they're less. What's I going to say then? Or flex every achievement. So you don't need to flex every achievement all the time. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. That just screams insecurity, doesn't it? Where do I get my notes from? I'll be open and honest. Again, from ChatGPT, mate. I type in a few things. I type in what the topic's going to be. And then when I have my notes, I just have bullet points just to help me keep on track with the content that I'm making. It really helps me, Abes. But I only have like odd sentences or odd few words on the bullet points. So that's what I used. Helps me. But I couldn't just read I couldn't just read from a script all the way through. It would be terrible. So I had my own examples and my own interpretations. Therefore, speaking genuinely, do they just help guide me? That's all. Anyway, Dawn is saying, people seem to think all homeless people are alcoholics or druggies. That is not always the case. True. Sometimes relationship breakups, etc. can be the cause. Yes. Sometimes, Dawn, a really bad run can occur. Let's just say you hurt your back and you can't do your job anymore and you can't earn any money. And then you lose your house and you lose this and you lose that. And before you know it, you're only 2 paychecks away from being homeless. Would be the thoughts. A lot of people live paycheck to paycheck, Dawn. They really do, as I'm sure you're aware. Most of society, a lot of society, I do. 2 paychecks away from being homeless, mate. Not fucking about. I'm not joking. So yeah, you could have a bad run. Yes, you're absolutely true. Big up above saying it's been a good chat, mate. No, it's been great. Thank you nice to meet you, by the way. I don't think I've seen you on here before. How long have you been a clinical psychologist before, if you don't mind me asking? You don't have to answer if you don't want to. That's what I'd ask. Interesting job, by the way. Very interesting job. Shelley's saying, I would sooner live in a cottage and wonder everything than live in a castle and wonder at nothing. That's humble in my view, yes. You'd rather live in a cottage and stay grounded and appreciate what you have than live in a castle, a big empty castle where you don't use all the rooms. You don't even need all the rooms. Be too much, maybe. Brad, drink, breathe for a bit. Thanks, yeah. I'm back to work tomorrow. Lucky me. Lucky me. Let's appreciate that. Anyway, I'm going to keep going. I'll slow down soon. Anyway, let me keep going the best I can. Humility keeps your mind open. The moment you think that you know everything, you stop growing. That's the consequence of being an arrogant prick. If you're an arrogant prick, you know everything. They're just an insecure person, really. You're not going to grow anymore. You're not going to learn anything. If you think that you know everything, well, no, sorry, forgive me. You know that you know everything. You don't, but you know it in your head. You tell yourself that. You're never going to grow. You're going to stay stuck. You're going to stay stuck, which is not good. "10 years, big up above." What did you have to do to achieve that? Is that in the UK? And, is it you have to do a bachelor's degree and a master's, and you have to do voluntary work, etc. to achieve that? It must take a while to get to that point. It's a lot of work though, isn't it? I know I'm not an expert on it, of course, but I do know it's a lot of time and energy to get to that point, to become a clinical psychologist. But it's not easy. I bet it's not easy. I bet it's draining as well sometimes when you're doing one-to-ones with people. I'm going to go for a little bit longer, guys. 5 more minutes on this topic, and then I'm going to stop. Okay, and then I'm not going to stop. I'm going to just read the comments and calm down a little bit. Next, I'm going to talk about relationships and social life. In relation to humble people are easy to talk to, easy to trust, and easy to be around. Have you ever been around a know-it-all? Have you ever been around them? And they use you as a sounding board, and all they do is talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and they don't listen. They don't ask you about yourself. The overbearing, self-righteous pricks. And you are around them for a while. At first, they might be interesting for the first 15, 20 minutes. But then it's just all about them because they're the know-it-all. They're going to tell you what to do. They're going to tell you what to be. They're going to tell you what's right. They're not going to listen to anything you say because they're a fucking know-it-all. And then you spend an hour or two with them, you're going to feel exhausted. They're exhausting. They're exhausting. And therefore not humble, therefore not nice to be around. But if you're a humble, open-minded, caring individual, people are going to we're going to gravitate towards you more. They're going to find you to be more realistic, you know what I mean, relatable, human. To human is to error, isn't it? To be a human is to error, is to make mistakes. And if you're to be relatable, mate, to be fucking real, therefore being humble makes you nicer to be around. People will trust you more. People will be more open to you, etc., etc. I think there's good consequences from this, potentially. Anyway, I think that's enough. I'm going to stop talking about that. Thanks for anyone that's... I'll go to one moment, guys. So I'll just last off with a poll. 57%... It's yes, always to be humble. 11% said usually. 24% said depends on the situation. And 9% said confidence matters more. Confidence is important. Don't get me wrong. Really, really is. But I think a balance is better. Anyway, I've gone for an hour and 26 minutes on topic. So I'm going to read the comments. Let me just go to open chat now, guys. Been on fire today. It's my last few lives. I've just been reading comments and being chilled, which I do like doing, but I've got to get the balance. I feel like yeah, that's what it's about anyway. Let me go, let's chill. So I'm just reading comments now, guys. Let me go back a little bit. Anyway, I've slept in alleyways. It's the most depressing thing. I'm sorry, Dawn Woodland. That must have been really challenging to sleep in an alley. Bloody hell. Sorry to hear that. That's not easy. Rumple's Skin is saying, I'd go up the mountain and live in a small cabin if I could. Maybe befriend the Yeti. Oh, 1 minute. Let me get my speaker back on. I'm just going to change my microphone. That doesn't seem to be working. Let me do that. There we go. That's better. That's much better. Anyway, it's kind of you to get him a coffee. Yeah, it was. I didn't appreciate it though. We're about homeless people now. That could be very humbling, I suppose, as well. Big Rumpel Skin, that sounds like a great life, Shelley's saying. Big up above saying, being a DBT therapist for a number of years, I would say the most effective intervention, mate, it's a slog. And being a DBT therapist for a number of years, I would say it's the most effective intervention. It's a slog to become clinical psychologist, and it's hard to get a doctorate in the UK. LOL, I bet it is. Not for the faint of heart, that one. But it's very rewarding, though, potentially. It'll have a lot of ups and downs, literally, as well, I'd say. Rumpelstiltskin said, is there a mental exercise you are taught or employed to look at from both sides of an argument, like, say, counselling or a fighting couple? Is that towards big up and above? I think that question's for. DBT, it's all about seeing both sides. Seeing both sides of an argument is just the basics of it. Are you open-minded enough, and can you put yourself in other people's shoes and look at it unemotionally, neutrally? I think would help with that. Not that I'm the expert at that. A357 said, I am inspired. Okay, great. I'm glad you're inspired. Rumpelstiltskin saying, very cool. Look into that. Thanks. Abes, I don't know. I'm going with the flow, mate. I'm going with the flow. I'm going to do a few hours. A357, thoughts on photography? I am basically, me being humble here, I want to keep using humble when I can. I know nothing of photography. I can take photographs on my phone, and that's it. But I know nothing about it, mate. I really don't. Well done, Brad. Thank you. Hi, Boiling Frog. Welcome back. You have a look of Martin Savage, British actor. Who's Martin Savage? Don't know who that is. Want to know more about the word ambivert and what it means for you in your life? Okay. I chose inspirational ambivert. There's a few reasons why I chose it. One, I know it's not a commonly used word. Not commonly. And also, I am a mixture of introvert and extrovert as a person. So if you saw me in a social setting around family or friends or at work, I won't be speaking like this all the way through. I won't. I'll be quiet. This is perfect for me because I've got to speak. I've got to speak. I'll sit back and be quiet. But anyway, ambivert, what it means to me, it's just I'm a mixture of an introvert and extrovert, basically. So I like time on my own, but I also like time around people too. But I get burnt out by people, so I need to, I've got that balance. And that's all it means, if I'm honest. And I used it for my channel name, inspirational, because I wanted to inspire people the best I could. And I thought I chose ambivert because I thought, because of those facts about myself, basics of myself, let's say. And I just thought to myself, oh, it's a good name, and that not many people will have that. I wanted a name that no one else had. So that's why I went with that as well, to be honest. Big up above is saying things can be good and bad at the same time, and that's okay. Yes, they can. Things can have mixed emotions about things sometimes. Big up above, and it's good and bad, therefore. And sometimes that thing that's good and bad is probably unresolved sometimes to an extent, but that's okay. And sometimes you're not even at your best, but again, that's the best you can do that day, and that's okay too. Rahul, welcome back. How are you? We're back in England now, by the way, of course. I'm back home. I came home yesterday from Split, Croatia. Martin Savage was in extras. Martin Savage. I'll write it down. I'm curious. I don't know who it is. Martin Savage. I'll have a look. Dawn is then saying, get you on the burnout, Brad. We have to recharge our batteries. Our body is a bit like a car. We neglect it and it won't work properly. Well, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Very, very true. Very, very true. If you don't maintain it, if you don't get the checkups done, if you don't put the right oil in, water, if you don't get a full body check, it'll burn out. Time eventually gets us all, of course. Absolutely. Big up above is saying Google DBT skills relationship module. Hopes it helps, bro. DBT skills. Let me write it down, mate. DBT skills. Thanks, man. Gavin144. Hi, hey Gavin. How are you? Gavin, can I ask you a question? Do you have your own channel? Do you DJ? If it's you, you do really well, by the way. It's really, really good, by the way. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I might be on about another Gavin. There's a guy called Gavin that does like old school trance music. It's really good. He does lives as well. Anyway, James says, you mama. Okay. Right. And Boiling Frog says, Martin Savage was in my class at school. We were both born the same day, March the 19th, 1967. Okay, cool. Ruppel Skultsgain has taken a screenshot. Thank you. Thanks for sharing your wisdom and your knowledge there, big up. Very, very helpful. Thank you. Gavin says, Jamie. Is that your name, Jamie? Dawn saying mental health is very important. We do tend to neglect it. Yes, we do. Are we the only ones that can question? Are we the only ones that can actually heal ourselves? We have to really want to, I think, especially with mental health. Obviously, you can get support from others, etc., etc. But I think might sound a bit harsh, but is it only us that can fix ourselves with that with regards to mental health? Shelley says, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that like button. Thank you for all the support. Thanks to anyone that's watching. We're just having an open chat now. I'm reading all the comments the best I can. Snorlax, your bald head shines like a diamond. Shines like a... What's it called? Rihanna, that? Anyway. Age saying, Brad, I did look him up. Like Martin Savage, at least a little bit. All right. No worries. I can't picture who that is in my mind. The shine is the wisdom. Thanks, mate. Cat and Dog Lover, hi, how are you? I'm done with YouTube and trolls. Unfortunately, Cat and Dog Lover, they're part of the process. They're just there. I might do a live about trolls, actually. I'm going to do a lot. I did it ages ago. I'm going to do one. I'm going to do one called The Psychology of Trolls. Yes. I'm going to do a live about that soon, maybe next week. A more in-depth one. I think it's interesting. The part of life. Trolls are part of life, man. They're toxic. You'll meet them at the workplace. They're not called trolls in the workplace. They're just assholes, idiots, challenging people, toxic people, narcissists, whatever you want to call them. Part of life. And you will, the tools you need is to put boundaries in place and deal with them. Martin played that over camp guy in Extras. I can't think of who in Extras is. I can't think of who that is. Sorry. You're not great at the moment. I'm sorry to hear that, Cat and Dog Lover. Why? What's wrong? What's up? What's bothering you? Trolls are toxic, yes. Yeah, they are. Of course they are. A lot of them are just insecure people, and it makes them feel powerful, makes them feel superior when they put other people down. It makes them feel good. That's usually the reason. It's not an excuse. It's just a shit reason, really, why they do what they do. It's not nice to talk shit about someone's mug, about someone's face. Gavin, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You've got evidence that's happened for the last 73 hours. I don't know what you mean by that, Cat and Dog Lover. What have we had for breakfast, Snorlax? I went to Starbucks. Egg mayonnaise sandwich I had. Not really breakfast, but And I had a croissant as well. It was really nice. Vince Fallon said, psychology of trolls is very interesting. They are like mysterious aliens. Yeah. And you've done over 10 videos on them. Have you, Cat and Dog Lover? 16 videos. Cool. And Rumpelstiltskin saying, I'm working on a movie script about trolls. It's tentatively titled The Return of the Basement Babies. That's very random. Very creative, though. You're not getting played the part, right? All right, I'll have to look at it. I don't know who that is. Anyway, ignore them, Gavin saying, yeah, that helps. Hi, Minnie, how are you? Welcome back. Hello. I'm just reading the comments now. I was speaking about humbleness before, but now I'm just reading the comments. Rumble, mate, be lucky. Everyone else have a great day. Have a good day. Thank you. Big up above. Thank you for being part of the conversation. Thanks for your wisdom and your knowledge and being part of the conversation. Respect to you and thank you. Thanks to anyone that's liked and subscribed. It really helps the channel. If you value genuine conversations and you want to be part of the community, I do have Discord available. Just click on the join link and then go from there if you want to be part of that. Anyway, you should do a movie on it, Cat and Dog Love is saying. Afternoon, Mason. How's it going? Welcome back. The return of the basement babies. Very random, isn't it? Yeah. I have to admit, I've been a troll on the other side, only when someone pisses me off during a disagreement. Right, okay. I respect your honesty there. I suppose, Boiling Frog, it depends on how people treat you, I suppose. I get what you're saying, kind of. I've been done for it. I went onto a channel once, honest to God. I wasn't even being rude. I said, where's the depth? I don't know why I asked the question, where's the depth? Because they were just talking about, what were they talking about? They were just saying, oh, everything's great on here, guys. This is a great community, blah, 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 blah. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's all they were saying over and over. Like and subscribe, like and subscribe. This is a great community here, guys. This is amazing. Oh, hi, you're from here. Oh, hi, you're from here. And it's hi, hi, hi. Like, subscribe, and then repeat. And I was like, where's the depth? What's so positive about this? What I didn't get it. So I was asking a question. And then obviously I'd upset the apple cart. I'd upset the energy of the room because I was just typing. I wasn't watching. I was watching someone else's live. And then I got timed out. I thought, shit. This is what it feels like to be a troll. So I was treated like a troll one day, by the way. I wasn't meaning to be a troll though, if you know what I mean. But anyway, I apologized to the person and said I messaged them on one of the videos and I said, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to be disrespectful. Good luck. And that was it. The end. Anyway, Shelley saying Oscar Wilde wrote a great. It's about society. A homeless man died of hunger on the streets, but there was plenty of food at his funeral. Wow, that's very thought-provoking, Shelley. That's homeless man died of hunger on the streets with nothing, but there was plenty of food at his funeral. There's a lot of truth in that. Cat's Eye Forever. Hi, how are you? Thanks for sharing, Shelley. Rumpelstiltskin saying big up. You have a great day too. I've not seen the digital circus, no. Minnie's showing some support. Thanks, Minnie. Thank you. No worries. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of next week as well. Gavin subscribed. Respect to you. Thank you, Gavin. Thanks for all the support, guys. Thanks to anyone that's liked and subscribed. Thank you for the support. It's not random. They need to get out in the sun to work in their Chernobyl deficiency. Chlorophyll deficiency. Right. It is chilled, Gavin. Yes, it's obviously respectful. It's a lot of it's learning about the wisdoms of life, dealing with fucking shit, dealing with toxic people. trying to become a better person, dealing with the challenges of life, that kind of thing. And obviously now I'm just chatting to you guys. I stay on topic sometimes for a while, but I know I can't stay on topic forever. I stayed on topic for an hour and a half today, which is enough, I think. But now I'm just chatting. Take care. One sec. Sorry. Thanks for that information. I'm going to clip that one. No worries, cat and dog lover. You take care. Great day. Have a good day at 2 Mini. Yeah. I've not seen the Amazing Digital Circus. No, Cat's Eye Forever. What is it? Am I Scottish? No, I'm English. No, school tomorrow. Oh, sorry. I've got work tomorrow. I'm back at it. Victoria Louise. You need to go. Oh, this is Victoria Louise, 1973. This is not really for children, really. It's an adult only. It should be really. This is adults, isn't it? Of course, speaking. But thanks for helping with my algorithm, by the way. I'll speak to you for a little while, but no, I'm not going to do it. Thanks, Shelley. You're doing a great job. It's all good. It's all good. So I'm going to be quiet for a moment, guys. This is just an open chat. You can stay, absolutely. Cat and dog lover, you're always respectful. You can absolutely stay. You can absolutely stay. But it is adults, yes, of course. I speak in an adult manner because I'm an adult myself. Anyway. Great chat, Brad. Very well done. Thanks, Shelley. I put a bit of focus into this one because I've been last few days, I've just been doing the chilled ones. By the way. I've lost my train of thought for a while. We're okay though. We'll get back on track. Nice and chilled. You can see I put a lot into it. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I did. Thanks, Shelley. It's I'm just worried about what's I going to say then? 1 second. It's when you work, you know, a lot of time and energy goes into work, and I want to have enough energy for this as well. So I'm going to try. I try to mix up the thoughtful content with the chilled content. So this has now gone to chilled, hasn't it? Which is important. But I need that thoughtful content, meaningful content as well. I like Palestine. Sorry. Anyway. Vintavan saying, I like Palestine. Feels like it becomes political now. Oh, God. Massively, Vintavan. I don't know with that. It's the world's a mad place. That's all I've got to say. I'm not here to do politics though. People write free Palestine, or they write Israel's the best, or they write Ukraine, Russia, whatever side they pick, and it's like, I don't know why you're writing that here. I'm not going to be able to help you with that. Not you, Vince Valon, personally, but people that write that. Anyway. Rumpelstiltskin saying, just let her know to not reveal age online, especially when underage. YouTube is weird that way, to be on the safe side. Yeah, I can't have that as well. I don't want to have my channel tarnished by childish silliness. Thank you, Rumpelstiltskin. If you're 17, absolutely no problem. No problem, don't worry. You're respectful, Cat and Dog, love it. Absolutely. Boiling Frog says, free the UK. UK struggling, Boiling Frog, isn't it? Really is, man. Really is. Vince of Alan, I don't know what's right and what's wrong. Free, whatever. I don't know. I'm not doing politics on here. It's silly. I don't know. If you want to do that, you can, of course, but Madhav Singh, watching from India. Hello, Madhav Singh. Hello, nice to meet you, by the way. You don't want politics here either, Vince of Alan. No, because it's just it's nonsensical. It's silly, and it's a lot of the time it's trending. You're watching from a Northern Ireland, arriving in the pub. Nice to meet you. My name's Brad. Shaz Bands. Shaz, nice to meet you, Shaz. My name's Brad. Nice to meet you. I'll ignore some of the comments if they're not respectful. Minter Valani said, I wish all political things would be erased, but I find the Israel stuff insulting. Okay, fair enough. There's always has been those things. There always will be those kind of things anyway. There's plenty of religion channels go there. Yeah, there is plenty of religious channels. Absolutely. So what we do here is we... 1 minute. You got 1 minute, sorry. And then you go as well. 1 moment, guys. Putting people in timeout now. Because it's just nonsense. 67 is brain dead. There's an infestation of, yes. There's a bit of an infestation there, Rumpelstiltskin. I'll put them in timeout for 10 minutes. If it comes back, I'll just get rid. It's just nonsensical stupidity. 67. What does that even mean? I don't know. Anyway, on me, no, let's talk about me for a minute. Yeah, I'm going to work next week. I'm starting again tomorrow. I'm doing 6 days next week. For me, that probably means 55 hours or something like that, which is a lot, but I'm just earning the money, of course, trying to keep things paid for. Let's say that. Shelley's saying, Abe, I did when she said she was 10, had to go. It would tarnish Brad's channel. Shelley, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're absolutely correct. I need to get rid of that. Thank you. Boiling Frog says, God knows. Who knows? Vince Fallon says, it feels good to have a place where people don't need to be divided by politics and religion. We just need to focus on what we unite over. Yeah, and also, Vince Vallan, in my opinion, we don't always have to agree with every single thing in the world. I don't think that's possible. We can't agree on everything all the time, but as long as we're respectful and understand each other, then that's the main thing, isn't it? Politics and religion, that's not what I'm not entertaining any of that or jumping on sides with that. It's just a waste of my time and energy, in my opinion. But anyway, it's just a place for people just chill. Exactly. Thank you. Hi, Darth Nihilist. How's it going, mate? Back in the UK. Back in England again. Yeah. How are you? I'm good. I'm okay. I'm doing all right. Doing my best. Be saying, Shelley, I'm glad you did. Boiling Frog saying, powers that be want to divide us. Yes, Boiling Frog, divide and conquer. What is nationality? What is nationality? It's division, isn't it, in a way? Yes, they want to divide us. They want us to be at war with each other. Patrick Davis is saying, Sarah Davis. Hello, Patrick or Sarah. Who are you? How are you? Should I say? My name's Brad. Nice to meet you, by the way. Hope you're okay. Who is Sarah Davis? Who knows? I'm just chilling now, guys, for a while. What's my favourite car? Good question, mate. Say Porsche. I was going to have one. I have a VW, though. Anyway, it's all about being respectful, having opinions. We also have fun here. Too, again, great people on this channel. Be proud of yourselves. Thanks, Shelley. Respect to you. Thank you. Rumpelstiltskin saying it's Sarah's probably announcing that she's using Patrick's account. Probably, mate. And Santa's saying hello. Hi, Santa. VW. Yeah. And they're just reliable, basically. Just reliable cars. Anyway, there we go. You're making granola. Thanks, Sander. What's my favourite channel? Good question. That's a really good question. I don't know, actually. I like Joe Rogan. This is a huge channel. Happy 600 again. Yes, I've got back to 600. So recently I made it to 600 subs. It's amazing. But then obviously what happens is you get like 10 subs or whatever. Then you lose 3 or 4. That's how it goes. But it's more up than down. Yours is inspirational, ambivert. Thanks, mate. Nice one. Thank you. Thank you. I think so. My eyes are watching. Thanks, Shelley. Joel the Mole. Up to reform. Will they have all the answers, mate? It's going to change, isn't it? I'm going political now, aren't I? Not really, though. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what the answers are. I could think I know the answers, but I don't. I do know it's an illusion of choice. I hope it gets better, but I don't think it will. Honestly, I don't think it will. But I hope I'm right. I hope I'm wrong. Yes. Oh, thank you, Vince Valam. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Boiling Frog saying restore UK. It'd be nice for that to happen if it makes life better, yeah. But let's see. I don't know, mate. I'm a bit cynical with it, if I'm honest. I don't trust politics. I just don't. It's too much bullshit. So I'm saying my favourite one's this too. Oh, thank you. Ranger. Hi, Ranger. My dream is to have a soda with Joe Rogan and talk about birds. You know what? I'd love that too. That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. That's a great dream, Ranger. Do you know what, Ranger? I'll join you on that dream. Is to have a drink with Joe Rogan over on his show. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? It's anything we can all agree. Thank you. Secret old societies, alien conspiracies. He talks about a lot of different things, Vince Vallan. Not everything's interesting, of course, but some of it is, in my opinion, with Joe Rogan. Timmy cannot be left out. Sorry, Timmy. Timmy says hi, by the way, everyone. Hello. He's not really been in the picture today. He's feeling a bit left out again. He's just suffering from jet lag from the holiday. Rumpelstiltskin saying, I like flat files, sorry. Conspiracy, aliens, strange events, etc. Joe Scott, science, etc. They are very funny and entertaining. Yes, lots of different. Conspiracies are interesting, aren't they? Some are true, some are a bit crazy, but they're still interesting. Santa saying Timmy's the greatest. Timmy says hi. Hello. Mr. Ballon, too. Great real-life accounts, tragedy, accidents, mysteries. Manifest it, Brad. Sandra, I remember, do you remember when I did my finger in? Basically, I ended up with mallet finger. I put my hand in my pocket, my back pocket, to get my phone out, and it went ping. My finger went ping. And the tendon just went, and it ended up like that, mallet finger. So I couldn't bend it. So I had to have I had to have months off work. I couldn't work in the hospital. Anyway, so until it healed. Mallet finger, basically, is what they call it. It didn't hurt, just really, really awkward. Anyway, but I couldn't wash my hands properly because it had a splint on, so I couldn't work in a clinical setting. And anyway, I used to go and watch. I used to work on the computers instead. I was working on the computers pre-op, nursing pre-op, and I remember watching Joe Rogan lives, and I used to imagine myself being on there one day, talking to him one day. That'd be amazing. Anyway, manifest it, Brad. I'll try. Yes, thanks. David Icke, very interesting boiling frog. David Icke. Yes, I've seen David Icke. Hi, lovely Timmy, Sanders saying. Hello. I agree, Mr. Ballon. I don't think I've seen Mr. Ballon. Or if I have, I've not realised it. Vince Val says, do you believe in aliens? I say they exist somewhere. Are they here now? I don't know about that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, it's interesting, isn't it? Anyway, Jesus loves you. Thank you. Nice one. Abe's saying, what is your favourite conspiracy theory? Mine is about Area 51 and skinwalkers. Favourite conspiracy theory? Landing on the moon was interesting at the time. Or the not of the landing of the moon. The flat earth one is interesting. Not that I believe in that, but it's interesting nonetheless. You believe in aliens? I'd say they're here on Earth. Jelly says, I believe in aliens and ghosts. I believe in ghosts. Aliens? Maybe. Maybe. King Solomon. Did you used to work in the armed forces? No, I didn't. King Solomon. No, I didn't. I'd be good at it though. I would, honestly. I'd be good at it, but I never did it. Just didn't do it. Basically, no. Aaron saying, I'm incredibly humble. Hi, Aaron. Welcome back. Why? What makes you humble? Is the question. I've gone to open chat now, mate, but you can bring up the topic again if you want to. Rumpelstiltskin saying it would be very imaginative of us to imagine that aliens don't exist. Let me put it that way. Wow. You lots of theories on JFK. Brian Frog saying aliens create us in their own image. That's just my theory. Lizard people, basically. If you're going down, that would be David Icke, wouldn't it? Basically, they're in another spiritual realm to us, aren't they? On another lizard people. Wow, it's interesting. It's mad. It's a bit mad, if I'm honest. Let's be real, but it's interesting. I mean, JFK was definitely an inside job. I agree. Definitely. Princess Diana, inside job. Reptilians, they believe they exist. Okay. I'm not fully convinced, but I'm open to it. I'm open to it. Definitely inside job. Boiling Frog saying yeah. Landing on the moon is an old one, isn't it? That just doesn't seem to be a true one either. Thanks to anyone that's liked and subscribed. My name's Brad. If you've not met me before, this is the Inspirational Ambivert channel. We're just having a chat. We're just chilling. And that's it now. We were speaking about being humble, but I understand I can only speak about something for so long. St. James has just subbed. Fire. Thank you, St. James. Thank you so much for your support. Thanks to anyone else that's subscribed. Thank you for all the likes and subscriptions. Thank you so much, guys. And thank you, St. James. Respect to you. Thank you. They brought back rocks from the moon. So it happened then. Maybe it did. And Rumpelstiltskin saying music for entertainment. Don't dig too deep. I say, remember, even McAfee couldn't protect himself. Yeah, McAfee, whatever. Minceval said you should do a Tin Hat episode going through all wild theories. Yeah. Interesting, Minceval. Let me think about that. I have to do a bit of research to back up what I'm saying. They brought back rocks from the moon. Well, maybe it did happen. I remember watching a conspiracy about it years and years ago, saying that it wasn't even possible. And why didn't they do it anymore? They stopped doing it, didn't they? They just stopped doing it. Anyway, you won't read too much into that. I would love that. How did I get into it, St. James? I've just always been curious about it, really. I think it's interesting, isn't it? Good to question things. I don't know, just being naturally a curious, open-minded person that looks at different things. Nobody said it costs too much. Well, yeah, I can. Nobody. Probably got a point there. You've got a point there. There'll be bases up there by 2030. Interesting. Let's see how that goes. Before the internet, St. James. I remember someone having a video. This sounds really old. The conspiracy theory was that the landing on the moon didn't happen. Someone gave me a video cassette of this in 2001, which was the internet was alive then, but no one was really using it much then. I'm showing my age here. So someone gave me a video on St. James. I'm not saying that's definitely right, though. There were still books and newspapers before the internet. Yes, there was. What footy team do I support? I don't even really support them, if I'm honest. I used to. It's Blackburn Rovers, but I don't even watch them. They're absolutely shit. I prefer rugby, if I'm honest. We sent satellites and rovers to the moon, but not humans after the first time. No. St. James says hi to Shelley. Nice to meet you, by the way, St. James. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you for the support. Appreciate you, by the way. Thank you. Artemis program. What's that? I wonder what that is. They're looking at mining the moon, which would further help in establishing it as a base. It's mad how the moon's positioned, isn't it? Crazy. It's a satellite. It's bad. Mind-boggling. If you're going to go down that road, though, if you're going to go down David Icke territory, you know, if you want to go down that bloody road, then you'd be saying the moon's a satellite that was put there on purpose, wouldn't you? We're going a bit crazy now, aren't we? I know. That's what that belief is, to control us. Anyway, I like it though. It's interesting. If they mine the moon, it might go off course. Don't know about that, mate. I don't know. I've never tried to mine the moon. They might come back with some moon cheese as well. Elon Musk is going to save humanity. Meaning 10 people, the rest of us are cooked. Yeah, good luck with that. I'm not too confident about that. Of Intervalan. Oh, it misses the moon space program. I didn't know that. Thanks for sharing. Mumple Skills Kim. My granddad never believed in ghosts or or life after death. He was a naturist. But days before he died from cancer, he saw my late grandmother ghost twice in one day. Boiling frog. That is so fucking interesting. So he didn't believe all his life. Then he saw oh wow. So my late grandmother. No way. That's so interesting. I believe there's something else boiling frog. I really, really, really do. And if I'm going to believe that, then could there be aliens? Of course, there could. Definitely the ghost thing. I'm all in on that. I'm all in on that, mate. I'm just seeing too much and experiencing too much. Nobody's saying check out the Artemis program. Let's have a program for populating the moon as it already has started. Wow, interesting. I've never really looked. I've never really looked at it, if I'm completely honest. But is it interesting? Yes, it is. Submission is saying, say Marlon, please. Marlon. Hi, Marlon. My name's Brad. Nice to meet you. We're having a chill chat here. And I'm saying the moon is just reflecting the sun's light. Let's all just leave the moon alone and let it do its job. Well, okay then. We'll leave the moon alone. Yeah, it's doing a good job. Doing a great job. I don't think should we play God? That's another question. We'll try to. The humans will try to. Shelley believes in all that. Yeah, I 100% believe in ghosts. St. James is saying, I'm with you on that one. I really, really am. If Elon goes with 10 people, then I would volunteer some politicians for it. Rubble Skin, I like it. Send all the politicians to a one-way trip to Mars or wherever. That'd be great. Sander's saying there's a guy dressed as Spider-Man dancing weirdly on the live. Yeah. He's probably got about 1,000 viewers. He's on often, Sander, on the lives. In the live world that I kind of live in, Sander. It's one of the more positive ones, I'd say. There's got to be truth in it, Boiling Frog. I agree. Abe, the moon is just reflecting your right. Has 513 views. What's wrong with people? Why is it interesting to watch? I don't know. It's easy to watch. Doesn't require many brain cells. It's somebody dancing around to some tunes. And that's it. That's all it takes. I suppose you could switch off. You don't need to think while you're watching it. Now he's lying on the floor. Yes, Sander. Enjoy yourself there. Vince of Ireland is saying, I've got a few people in mind sent to Mars too. Yeah? We'll put them on the list, Vince of Ireland. We'll get them sent off. Don't worry. Of course. Oh, thanks, Sander. Thank you for your support again. Oh, thanks, Sander. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks, Sander. We are most likely in a simulation, nobody's saying. Ghosts or glitches in the rendering. Interesting take. Are we in a simulation? That's another one, isn't it? Are we? Oh. Timothy Adams. Hi, Timothy. Nice to meet you. My name is Brad. Or to hell. What do you mean by that? Or to hell. What do you mean? Shelley saying, Sander, I've seen him before. He's an idiot. What about Spider-Man? Other lives we're talking about. Vince Van saying, so many live shows here are so degrading. They are. They really, really are. Then you have this channel that is so honourable and genuine. The contrast is wild. I know. I can't beat them. I know it's mad, isn't it, Vince Van? It really, really, really is. There's so much out there that just doesn't have any. It is what it is. It's not like that one's better than the other. It's just what it is. There's a lot of it's degrading, self-degrading in a lot of ways, or just nonsensical and stupidity. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. No way. The chat has taken a wild tangent and I love it. Good. It's just me reading comments now. I like doing it. Thank you for your support, Sander. Thank you so much. Means a lot. Thank you. You wish more live streams were grounded like this, to be honest. Yeah, I think there are some out there. There are some out there. And I understand, of course, let's say you have a very busy, stressful life. It's full of seriousness all the time. You might just want to watch something that's silly and stupid just to switch the mind off. So that's what silly things can be good for sometimes. But they have their place in the world. It's like watching, imagine you just watch a comedy and it's a stupid comedy. It's silly. There's no sense to it. Sometimes we need that in life, in my opinion. Things don't have to be serious all the time. But from my perspective, it's got to speak in a genuine manner. You want your Timmy shout out? Oh, sorry. I failed, Sander. Big shout out to Sander from Timmy. Hi. Thank you so much. Timmy's giving you a kiss. Mwah. There we go. Thank you. I'm so sorry, Sander. I didn't give you a big Timmy shout out. There you go. Thank you so much, Sander. There you go. I failed you there. I'm sorry. Thank you for telling me. I need to remember that. Thank you. There we go. He's really, really happy, and he don't look happy, but he's happy inside. Okay. Thank you. There we go. That's shout out. The contrast is so wild into Valan. Yeah, with the stuff that's out there. Zara, it's in 6-7. Non-sensual. Doesn't mean anything. No meaning. I feel uncomfortable looking at Spider-Man's crotch. Enjoy yourself. Anyway, Sander, how do you keep finding these weird channels? First, the toilet guy, now the Spider-Man guy. There's a zombie guy too. There's a guy that wears a triangle on his head, like a metal triangle on his head, and he just sits there with the water pouring down him, just rocking back and forth, mumbling. You're just going to keep flicking your finger through, mate, and you'll find all these wonderful lives occurring. Shelley's saying, St. James, you're right. It's very grounded. I'm glad you came on. Yeah, respect to you. Thank you. Yeah, you just scroll down, Sander. I will leave with, Rumpelstiltskin say, if they leave without us, just shout oops on the radio and go quiet. They will return, I tell you. Okay. Jerry. Hi, Jerry. How are you? My name's Brad. Nice to meet you. Hope you're okay. Abe saying, what was the purpose of going to the moon in the first place? I think it was like an arms race kind of thing, technology race between the Americans and the Russians, wasn't it? I think it was like kind of like Cold War-esque type of competition, displaying who has the best technology at the time. I think superheroes like Spider-Man, Superman are symbolic to the reptilian overlords. Maybe. Cold War, yeah. Abe's the moon thing didn't happen though. Oh, got someone else who doesn't really believe in it either. I don't think it happened. Someone was saying that the radiation's so high around between space and the moon. The conspiracy was that the radiation's so high that it'd kill people before they got there. Is that true? St. James, this is Timmy. This is Timmy the Turtle. He has his little cravat on. He has his French jumper on, stripy jumper. He looks chronically unimpressed. He's actually a jelly cat. He's got love hearts on his shell. And he's my little mascot. And he's called Timmy. And he says, hello. And he's just in the background there, chilling his little head out. Keeping an eye on shit, mate. You wanted Timmy to acknowledge you. He has done. They brought some rocks back. Yeah. Money well spent then. Money well spent. Timmy's beautiful. Yes. He's the main moderator. He's a moderator man. Yeah. Who are the reptilian overlords? Basically, David Icke has a theory that basically you have, let's say you have the Queen. You have the Queen, okay? And then, so I can't believe I'm talking about this, but I'll talk about it a little bit. Reptilian overlords are, reptilians would be basically other entities that are not of this physical world that then match with certain human hosts and go inside the bodies and control their bodies and act as the Queen or powerful people. Sorry, that sounds crazy, but there you go. That's what reptilians overlord would be. And they control the planet in a lot of ways from another dimension, which sounds absolutely mad. I know, but there you go. That's the real basics of it. Lee, how are you doing, Lee? I'm good, thank you. How are you? Timmy operates on a higher level. He certainly does. He's just raining down on us there. Timmy says hi. We're just having an open chat now. We're chilling. Thanks for the compliment, Shelley. Abe's is saying. St. James is going to the moon. Off we go. Lee saying, oh, man, I forgot about Timmy. Timmy's there, man. Vince of Ireland says, the summer when I was 11, a part of me was secretly hoping for a letter from Hogwarts. Oh, what's it called? Bloody hell, I forgot the name of the program. God. Harry Potter, sorry. Who built the moon? Who knows? I wasn't there, mate. Catchy electro music. Hello, catchy electro music. Mega Turtle. Yes, Mega Turtle. It's Timmy the Turtle. I think they teleport there on a regular basis. I'm serious. God knows what we haven't been told. True, we don't know. There's a lot we've not been told. I don't know if they teleport there, though. Imported baby. Some say it's the billionaires. Hi, imported baby. My name's Brad. Nice to meet you all. Thanks to anyone that's liked and subscribed, by the way, guys. I'm reading all the comments as much as I can. How cute is that? Vince Barlan, Shelley saying. Ruppel Scootsin saying, try the Y Files episode of that on that topic. It's very entertaining, even if it's a conspiracy. Ah, okay. And the people in political power, they feed on negative energy like fear. Well, yeah, they feed on it. They can control. When people are scared, they're fearful. They're easy to manipulate. They're easy to scare, right? They're easy to control. Reptilians are a load of drivel, in other words. Lee, I can understand why you might think that. Because it's very out there, isn't it? It is. It is out there. It's hard to, I can understand why people would not believe it. I can understand that. Anyway, but I'm open-minded enough to know, is it a possibility? Maybe. If you're going to believe in, some people believe in religion, don't they? Which is faith of a story that was written 2,000 years ago. And that's it. They take it as the truth. Is that real? Anyway, that's another question. Imported baby is saying, and also some say that they eat human flesh and they prefer it just before someone passes. Oh, that's awful. PQRST. Big fan, bro. Thank you. Respect to you. My name's Brad. Nice to meet you, by the way. Anukai. Don't know who that is. Basically, demons. If into Valan, you probably... That would be... Yeah. Not that I'm an expert on these fucking things, by the way. I'm just speaking about them really basically. I've looked into it and watched a few videos on it, and that's it. And then I've just left it alone. Hello. Of course, yeah. I'll pass you this as well. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Welcome back, guys. Sorry. Do you believe in the supernatural? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I really, really do. The whole aliens thing, I'd have to look into more. I'm a bit unsure about that. If I'm honest, that supernatural, I really, really do believe in. I really, really do believe in that. Some would call them demons. Some say aliens and demons too. I think there's something. I think there's a lot we don't know and what we don't. I think there's a lot out there that we do not know about and do not understand. I think there's so much we don't understand. And I do believe that we can only pick up on certain frequencies in this human body, and we can't see or sense so much stuff that's out there. Let me say that one, which might sound crazy to some people, but I'm open to that. There's a lot I don't know. I do know that I don't know. Being humble. Back to being humble here. Boiling Frog saying, yes, the archons, they live off fear, anger, negative energy. And what's in the news all the time? Usually bad news. What sells? Bad news. Scary news. Bombings, wars, plagues, etc., national disasters. These are all fear-based, aren't they? Catchy electro music saying moon is made of cake. 1000% correct. Absolutely. I think I need to get there and get some. All good though, baby. I have my cross. Oh, respect to you. King Alfred. Hi, King Alfred. You seem like a very low IQ person. Okay. Why? Elaborate why you think that. Elaborate why you think that. Why do you think that? Can you elaborate? Aim saying, I have a doubt that my maths teacher was a reptilian overlord. He matches the description she gave. Yes, you need to weed him out, Abes. Not long ago, in the 90s, NASA could hear the moon ringing like a bell. You should check the audio. Wow, that's mad. Yes, my name is Brad. You believe in supernatural, Shelley? Yes, so do I. I believe there's so much we don't know. I believe there's so much we don't know. And I find it interesting to think about it and discuss it sometimes. Take things with a pinch of salt, of course, as well. Lee is saying, well, have a good one, mate. Good luck with all this. Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks, Lee. Enjoy the rest. Enjoy next week, mate. I'm fine. I'm looking at the funny side of that. Right. It's all out there. You know what's amongst us. I don't understand why people need to go outside of humanity to explain the insidious nature of us, what the insidious nature of humans, of the ego. And we have to go outside of ourselves, yeah. And then also, you could also argue, why are you going to the moon? Why are you going to Mars? And you've got this perfect planet. This planet that's like happy days. Why don't you look after the fucking thing that you're living on, you daft bastards? Would be another one as well. Why are you fucking about with that over there when you need to be looking after where you actually are? And if you look at all the other planets, they're uninhabitable. They're uninhabitable. Will be another argument. Why don't you look after the place where you sat at? Look after your home. Could be another argument. Abe's is scared by Lee's profile picture. You could say that spread war, famine, and control the news, which is mostly negative, yes, to make it hard for the average person to live. Imported Baby saying it's true. Very true. Sad, but true. Snoop Dogg, what were you arrested for? Never been arrested. Bye-bye, Lee. Thank you. Shall I say? It's a vampire with melty, buttered crumpet eyes. Bye, Shelley. See you later, Lee. Nice one. Enjoy the rest. Enjoy the rest. Enjoy next week, mate. Rumpelstiltskin saying, Lee, oh yeah, there's this quote. There's no need to believe in a supernatural source of evil. Humans by themselves are capable of every evil. Very, very true. You shouldn't be don't be scared of the dead. You should be more scared of the living, Rumpelstiltskin, as well, in relation to what you've just said. Abe's is saying goodbye to Lee. So a black hand reaching for you when you're brushing your teeth. Imported Baby. That sounds scary, man. Multiple personality disorder is also interesting. Yes, it is. Have you seen this film Split? McAvoy that's in it, isn't it? I forgot his first name. James McAvoy. Split. The film. That's really good. In relation to multiple personality disorder, it is interesting. Are they one or are they many? Who knows? Who knows? Interesting though. You believe there's life out there in the galaxies? I'd agree. Yeah. Ginger, another nickname for Demon Jess the Eye. Someone saying, a low IQ person, Brad, I feel laugh. I've got a decent IQ, but there's people that have got a much higher one than me, of course. They really are. They really, really are. I don't really think about it much. Whatever. Really don't. Even Americans have come across them. Okay. Meant IKEA, not IQ. Varun Sharma. Hi, Varun Sharma. My name's Brad. I'm okay. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you? Thanks to anyone that's liked and subscribed, by the way. Thank you for the support. What part of the island are you from? What, from England? Northwest England. Lancashire. 30 miles away from Manchester. In a nutshell. Imported Baby says, in Mexico, they have a scary law about a screaming lady who lost a kid and she haunts towns. Late at night, if you hear a female woman screaming for a far, it means she's very close. A banshee then, wouldn't it, if you want to go down that road? Yeah. Arthur, hello from Fiji. Hi, Arthur. How's life in Fiji? My name's Brad. Nice to meet you. There's many cases of it's scary. Yeah. Quite similar ones in Philippines and Southeast Asia. I forgot the term for that. I'm not sure. There is a saying that we did inherit the earth from our ancestors, rather we borrowed it from our children. So take care of our Mother Earth first, and let's think about Mars. Abes, absolutely. Think about the Mother Earth that you're actually on. Absolutely. Do something with that. Look after what you have. Instead of pottering off to Mars, hoping for the best on a one-way trip. Yep, I agree. Imported everything, yeah, like a banshee. Abe, you're right, it's only borrowed. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so I'm back at I'm back on it next week. I'm back working next week. My holiday is coming to an end. Well, it is at an end, let's say that. It's been a really nice rest. I've rested so much, I really, really have, which has been positive. And I'm back to work tomorrow, back at the hospital tomorrow. I'm going to be going live tomorrow, guys. And one moment, I'm going to be talking about what is success. So it's going to be 8 p.m. UK time. I'm going to be live tomorrow. What is success? Which is what I'll be talking about. But that's going to be tomorrow night, of course. I go live on, obviously, Sunday evenings now, Monday evenings and Friday evening. So Monday evening, 8 p.m, Friday evening, 8 p.m, Sunday evening, 7 p.m-ish. So I'm going to be going live 3 times per week. That's what I can sustain. I go live more if I could, but I need to. If I could, I would, but I need to balance things. Of course. Important Baby said, if you want my advice, don't try to find demons. No. You heard about the banshee when I was a kid. Shelley's saying, I heard about it as a kid as well. It's very linked to Celtic, isn't it? Scottish, Irish kind of banshee. I think it originates from that, doesn't it? You go in, Abe. Good night, mate. Good night. I'm staying for a little bit longer, but if you go in, that's no worries, mate. Thanks for being on, by the way. No way when I look for demons. No, thank you. Lots of different types. I don't know, mate. Irish folklore. Shelley, you've just said it better than I did. Irish folklore, yeah. I don't know why I said Celtic. Probably because it's linked Celtics, linked to Irish. I don't know why I said that, but. So Abe's is saying goodbye to Sander. Abe's, goodbye. Thank you. Brad the Turtle. Someone's made a profile of Brad the Turtle. Hello, Brad the Turtle. How are you? Wow. It's someone that obviously knows me that's made that. Gives a whole new definition to spirit is not good for health. Abe's good. You're a trooper and be very proud of yourself. Yeah, keep going, Abe's. Don't give up, mate. I know you're not going to give up anyway, but keep going. You're doing really well. Really, really, really well, mate. You're going to do really well in life. You just are. So keep going. Matt is saying hello. Sorry, not being on. I don't think I've seen you here before, Matt. How are you? Oh yeah, Matt. How are you? I remember you. Back at home now, mate. What have you been at the hospital for? Nice to see you on here again. You don't need to be sorry, by the way. You don't need to apologise for anything at all. How are you? You're from Oxford, if I remember correctly. Why have you been at the hospital? I hope you're okay. I'm back in England now, Matt. I'm back to work tomorrow, mate. But more importantly, I hope that you're okay. Abe's saying, I really enjoyed this live stream, but I'm looking forward to the next. Thanks, Abe's. Yes, I'll be live tomorrow at 8 p.m. UK time. Matt is saying, broke my wrist. Oh, fuck. How have you broke your wrist? Fallen over, I'm guessing. And as good as I can be. How about yourself and Sander? We're okay, thanks. Back in England now. How have you brought? More importantly, how are you? Don't worry about me, mate. How are you? How have you broken your wrist? Sounds sore. Sounds painful. Are you having? How are they fixing your wrist? Fuck, Matt. Hey. Your nephew left his toy on my stairs and you slipped. Mate. Oh, sorry, dude. Is it a fracture? Open reduction, internal fixation. So open reduction, internal fixation, which is ORIF, and they do that of the wrist. So they put they imagine the wrist is broken, they straighten it up, they open it up, and then they just put a plate in and hold the wrist in together in place. Open ORIF, open reduction, internal fixation. I'm sorry that you hurt yourself, dude. I hope you take it easy, Matt, and I hope that you get healed up and fixed soon. And when they're doing are they going to have to do an operation? I don't know. I don't know what the full ins and outs are for you, Matt. Imported Baby says sounds good, Brad. No worries. I've had a hot drink. Shelley, you're very, very thoughtful and very, very considerate. Thank you, by the way. I've had a smoothie. I've had a hot drink. I'm okay, thank you. Going for a few more. I'm going for another 20 minutes. I've got a bit of water. I'm all right, but thanks, so. Don't forget your lunch and hope you have a quick recovery, Mike. Matt's, isn't it? Matt, sorry, no worries. Bradley Samuels, you sound bald. I am bald. It's okay. It's fractured and it's painful. I've had to keep my hand on a table. Oh, fuck, Matt. The good news is it's fixable. The bad, obviously, it's awful, mate. I won't be sat on anybody. Is it your right hand or your left hand? Are you right-handed or left-handed, and which hand is it? Basically, Imported Baby's I've got a metal plate in my left wrist. I scrub for cases like that. I work as a scrub nurse, so I work at the hospital, and I've seen so many of them. They can fix it on a positive. Imported Baby knows if you've had it done. It sounds sore though, Shelley. Yes. Autistic. There. What do you mean by that, mate? Rumpelstiltskin saying, "All right, people, catch you all later. Keep up your spirits. Don't dwell on the ghosts of the past." We won't do. Thanks, Rumpelstiltskin. Respect. Thanks. Matt saying, "Bradley, you sound like a word I can't repeat." Thanks, Matt. Nice one. Coast of the past, that's clever, Vince Balance saying. I say left, and that's my good hand. Oh, fuck, Matt. Sorry to swear. Sorry, mate. When are they doing an operation? Are you booked in? Have you had an assessment? Have they assessed the wrist? Have you got an appointment booked? Is the question. Trauma. Be trauma case, won't it? Hand trauma. Of course, wrist trauma, but hand trauma, kind of in that realm, isn't it, of the body? Rumpelstiltskin saying buys. What type of surgeries do you assist in, Vita Balan? I assist in. God, there's so many. Hip replacements, knee replacements, ORIFs, which are open reduction internal fixations. So ORIFs can be wrist. It can be scapula, which is just under the thumb there, little bone there, somewhere, sorry, on your hand. It can be fingers. It can be forearms. It can be femurs on your leg. It can be basically a break in the bone, open reduction internal fixation. It's basically putting a plate and screws in, speak really basically. So all types all over the body with the bones. I do urology, which is bladder tumours, things like that. I do plastics, which is a lot of the time it's just obviously skin cancer. So you'll have what's it called? You'll have a lesion or whatever on the skin, a cancerous growth on the skin, and they'll excise it, they'll cut around it, and then they'll close the skin together and they'll stitch it up. Really basic, but people have got skin cancer, so they take it out and they send it to histology, which is histology is like a pathology. I do spines, neurospines, and orthopedic spines. So some of those are decompressions when the disc is the cervical. Can't say it. The discs are compressed in the back. Therefore, the bones rubbing against each other, causing a lot of pain. And if all the other getting the words out right, basically they decompress it. They decompress the microdiscectomy, they call it. So they take out all the disc and they try to take away the impingements of the back rubbing together on the nerve, the spinal cord, if you know what I mean, causing pain. I'm saying this really basically, sorry. Fusions, back spinal fusions, I'm going on a bit here, aren't I? ACDFs, anterior cervical disc fusions. It's where, imagine you've got a collapsed disc and it's in your throat there. Okay, it's causing you loads of pain. They open you up there. They take out the disc because it's all compressed. It's all, you know, it's not working anymore. And then they get like a plastic, like imagine that, it's very small though. They put a little disc in, they replace it, they put some bone graft in, and then it opens up, like, and it holds its place like the disc is intact then. So they put like an implant in. And there's lots of other things I do too, but I won't go on. I don't do the operations. I just scrub. I assist. Yeah, in my own way. Oh, sorry, Matt. Don't strain yourself, mate. I'm using text to speech at the minute, Matt. Please don't hurt yourself. Don't mind about swearing, Matt. No worries. I swear anyway, Matt. If I'm honest, on here I do anyway. Sometimes you get a shooting pain though. In Porty Baby saying it was years ago too. I have an appointment tomorrow. Good to hear, Matt. I'm glad you've got an appointment tomorrow. At least there's a solution. Please slow down. Please slow down. I'd struggle with that if I'm honest, slowing down. But please slow down and give yourself a chance to heal. Good old Marty, always supporting us. Hi, Stormtrooper. Welcome back. How are you? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Smash that like button. Thank you very much. Thank you for all your support, by the way, guys. I do have Discord available. It's where the community like you here can speak on Discord. It's if you want to join, you can do. Just giving you an option. It's on the links on my channel. Okay. It's Matt saying no comment. It's all right. Cuddle Koala. Hi, Cuddle Koala. Hi to you. You've been watching The Walking Dead all day, Matt. Oh, the early seasons are really, really good. What season are you on, Matt? Have you seen The Boys? The Boys is really good. I've just finished. No, it's on season 5 at the moment. The Boys is really good though. On Amazon Prime. Cuddle Koala says hi, bro. Hi to you. How are you, Cuddle Koala? Hello. Timmy says hi too. Season 9, episode 4. Fuck me, mate. You're deep in there, Matt. At least it's killing time. Have you got a partner? Correct me if I'm wrong. You've got kids, haven't you? You've got your partner as well to help. Your partner's there for you as well and helping you. You need some support there, mate. And time to heal as well. Matt saying The Boys is good. Couldn't watch it with a girlfriend. No, it's quite brutal, isn't it? But it's good. Ava Richard, do you have a wife? I have a partner, yes. I've been with her for 10 years. Nice to meet you, Ava Richard. How are you? Cuddle Koala saying good. What about you? I'm good, thank you. I'm good, mate. I'm back to work tomorrow. Matt, I hope that you get sick pay. Or if not, I hope that you're able to work from home if you can. I don't know. You miss the Xbox more than the kids. Like your honesty. Respect. Yeah, I get it. Mac McLaren, man. Hello, Mac McLaren, man. I don't think I've seen your name on here before, but nice to meet you, by the way. Bronson, I'm not reading that weird shit, lad. Nice try, though. Yellow Turtle, I can't. I'm bald. Jesus is maybe he's king. I don't know. Depends on what you believe in. What made you stream, Cuddle Koala? It's asking. Good question, mate. What made me stream? What made me become a YouTuber? I've been doing it for 17 months. I've got approximately 600 subscribers, which you might not think's a lot, but to me, it's a lot. I'm not outlandish. I'm just myself speaking genuinely. I love speaking about self-improvement, working through the challenges of life, dealing with challenging people, dealing with narcissists. And why did I start? I wanted my own business and I didn't know what to do. I had no fucking idea, but I knew that I wanted to try. And I thought, if I don't try, I'm going to regret it. And I couldn't think of what to do. So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to try YouTube. And I've just not stopped. And I enjoy doing it. I've got 601 now. Respect. Thank you. Cool koala. Nice one. Thank you. So yeah, I enjoy doing it. I enjoy speaking on here. It's a privilege, and I feel very humble and honoured to have people come back. So yeah, it's worked. I just enjoy doing it. I feel like I feel responsible for doing this. I feel like I'm meant to be doing this. I really, really do. It aligns with who I am. So there's a few reasons why I do it, and I'm going to continue to do it. Yeah. So there you go. I'm a work in progress, so of course I'm trying to get better. But Mark McLaren, man, I'm not reading that, mate, because that's just, you're in the wrong place. Mark McLaren, man, you need to go somewhere else for those types of things. If that's what you're into, go into that room, whatever room that is, and go there. Bronson says, hey, no, I'm not reading that. Nope. Matt saying, I believe Brad was just bored. That's why. No, it wasn't because I was bored. Because I wanted to make something and create something. Bronson will refrain from speaking. Matt, I like respect to Matt. He seemed like a very intelligent, decent person. You just do, which is a great thing. Respect to you. I'm interested in Amazon KDP, self-publishing books through Amazon. Go for it, Vince Farlan. You're going to write a book. Why not? Shelley saying, Brad, I have to give the postman €2 this morning because Timmy sent me a postcard from holidays and he forgot to put a stamp on it. Bless him. Oh. Forgot the stamp. He forgot the stamp. He said, sorry, I forgot the stamp. He says, hi, though. Joe, I'm not going to read that. That's not respectful. Anyway, there's no problem with any of them. I agree, Matt. I agree, Matt. I think you would make a good author. Oh, thanks, Vince Ballan. I've thought about writing a book. I think I've got to put the time and energy into it, though. Getting it published is another thing. Writing it is a huge task. Making it good and readable is another task. Getting it published is another task, isn't it? Is it achievable, though? Yes, it is. Why would I be rude? You're not rude to me, Matt. Yeah, absolutely. Not everybody's like you, though, Matt. Unfortunately. I wish more people were like Matt. Anyway. Naveen saying, writing a book is not that easy. No, it's not. AI makes us dumb day by day. Yeah, AI just beats us all the way, I'm afraid. Brad, I think so too. There's a book in you. Oh, wow. I'd have to put a lot of time into that. Thanks for the idea. Thanks for the reminder of the idea. I've actually thought about it, but not recently, I haven't. One of my friends, August, is thinking of writing a book. I hope that. August, is that a female name, isn't it? I think. I hope she does it. Sorry, Matt. August 20. He's 21. Sorry, I didn't mean to be disrespectful. Well, he should go for it. Yeah. Vince Farland saying there are many different types of books: journals, children books, gift books, quote books, etc. Have Timmy's photo on the cover. I think I get done for. It's Jellycats, though, isn't it? He's a Jellycat, so I'd have to get permission. I'd love to have him on the fort. If I did do that, I'd love to have him on there. Mr. John Pork. Where did you go? Oh, here we go. Another disrespectful person. Thank you for helping the algorithm. Respect. Not going to get that there the way. What's wrong with trans people? There's nothing wrong with them. It's their choice, their life, in my opinion. You buy a book about Timmy's wisdom. People saying, I love your eyes. Thank you. Thank you. Cuddle koala, nothing, I like them. I just like people that are nice people, that's all. I'll go for a little while. I'm going to go for another 5 minutes, guys. All right. August, my friend who's trans, is very successful. Good for them. Good for him, should I say, sorry. Good for him. Good for him, Matt. What does he do? Correct me if I'm getting it wrong, by the way. I'm sorry if I am. I don't mean to. I would vint Timmy out and about. Haha. What? Getting vinted out? He says, no, I don't. No like it, he says. No like it. He says he's too expensive. He's male. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. He's a voice actor. Amazing, Matt. What's he a voice actor for? What's he do? What kind of work does he do? Mr. Pork is going away. Goodbye, Mr. Pork. Because you're not being respectful. And that's that. Nobody pimps Timmy out. No. I've got rid of Mr. Pork, who obviously, for obvious reasons, you're going to get that, unfortunately, sometimes. I've got to monitor that. Before or after, what do you mean? Sorry. He was in a video game in 2020, but mostly takes care of his daughter nowadays. Oh, lovely. He's in a video game. Interesting, Matt. Norbert. Hi, Norbert, Wiener Milk. Hello, welcome back, Norbert. How are you? Hope you're okay. Thanks to anyone that's liked and subscribed, by the way. Hope you're all okay. We're just chilling. I'm just having a little bit of a chat. Am I Hitler? Come on. His full name is August Aidan Black. Okay, cool. You're all good, Norbert. Great to hear. Hope you're all right, man. Back in England now, by the way, if you didn't know. Yeah, so my name is Brad, by the way. In Sweden, August is a male name. That's why I'm confused. Is it? I've known August as a female name, but I've only met like one. I've only met one person in my life that was called August. I know it's a name, but I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Matt's saying if he was H, wouldn't kill me. He wouldn't kill me. I'm Jewish for context. No worries. Joanne, I'm new here, so what's up? Hi, Joanne. My name is Brad. This is the Inspirational Ambivert channel. Hello. By the way, previously we were talking about what were we talking about? Oh my god. Humbleness. We're talking about, is it important to be humble in the world as a person? We talked about that for about an hour and a half, but now that's gone. And now I'm just reading the comments. So I'm going with the flow a little bit. So nice to meet you, by the way, Joanne. You don't even have the funny mustache. No, I don't. Well, Shelley, if you search him up, you'll see. I don't know what that is. Sorry, mate. Oh, yeah, Augustus Neubert. Oh, Neubert, you've just hit the nail on the head. Oh, Augustus, wasn't it? You've just hit the nail on the head. Thank you. Something new. I recall that. Bayard's saying, I'm watching a bald and handsome man right now. Oh, thanks. Nice one. My name's Brad. Nice to meet you, by the way. Yes, no, but Augustus, Emperor Augustus rings a bell from the Roman Empire. I think you are correct. Yeah, I think actually, pretty sure you're correct there. Owl Music family. Nice to meet you, by the way. Thanks for sharing. Saying in Italy, there is Augusto and Augusta. I didn't know. Forgive me, I didn't know. Augusto and Augusta. I didn't know that. Matt's saying, I'm going to head off and attempt to get some rest. Yeah, please. I hope you get a decent night's sleep, Matt. Hope you keep on top of the painkillers. Don't overdo them, but keep topping them up as much as you can. The anti-inflammatory. What medications have they given you, Matt, if you don't mind me asking? You don't have to answer if you don't want, but get some rest. Please let me know the results, and I hope that it goes well for you. Sending you healing and all that, mate, and get some good rest, man. Thank you, Matt. Norbert saying goodbye to Matt. Shelley saying take care to Matt. Norbert saying goodbye too. Dennis, crazy liberal eyes. Who's got crazy liberal eyes? Definitely not liberal, mate. I don't think I am. You'd rather not answer that question. You don't need to. You don't need to, Matt. Please don't. Goodbye. Don't worry. You don't need to. Alt channel. Did you get into an accident or something, man? No. What's a Bacida? I don't know what that is. Vince Fallan is saying, apparently ibuprofen should have never been eaten on an empty stomach. I didn't know that before. It's better not to be, yes. And it's good not to overdo it. Anyway. That goes for a lot of medications, Vince Fallan, Norbert's saying. True. Yeah. It's damaged your lining, your stomach lining. True. Norbert, yes. AJ, I'm not going to read that, lad. This is a bit weird, mate. I'm not reading it. Nice try, though, AJ. You really tried. Timmy says, nice try, AJ. But no, we're not reading that. No, but you're right, though. It can damage your stomach lining. Correct. AJ's just laughing. It's all a game. Of course. The game of life, AJ, that we're playing here. Yeah, I'm going to go too, actually. And Shelley, you've given me a cue to go there. Right, Brad, it's getting late. Want to get the dogs out. Thanks for everything. Another great live. Have a good day and positive day at work tomorrow. I hope you have a nice week, guys, as well. Shelley says good night to everybody in the channel. Thanks. Good night to everyone that's watching. So I will be live tomorrow. Thanks to anyone that's liked and subscribed and supported the channel. If you want to continue the chat, I do have a Discord available to membership people who join the memberships. You can see that on my channel if you want to. No pressure, but if you want to, you can. I'm going to be live tomorrow at 8 p.m. We're going to be talking about what is success. So what I'll do is I'll talk a bit about that for an hour and a half, approximately an hour and a half. I'll talk about what is success. And then after that, like I've done today, I'll just read the comments. So that's usually the premise of what I'm doing. So I'm live on Monday, 8 p.m, Friday, 8 p.m, Sunday around 7 p.m. But anyway, thank you for your time. I feel like I've had a good chat with you all. Respect to you all. Thanks for anyone that's come back. Keep looking after each other. But again, don't take any shit. Put boundaries in place, guys. Be kind, but put boundaries in place if you need to. Thanks for your time. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. Good night and goodbye.